Hello, everybody. We are live.
Hello.
All right, let's test the audio. How we coming through?
Uh, Lispy.
Uh,
Well, that's just you being a
still,
retard.
I'm waiting for it to start.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got the notification. Let me just pick up this test. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sounds fine.
Do I sound fine?
Yeah, it works through.
Yeah.
All right, and then no one else is coming through on my end.
Stop asking additional questions.
What I'm just saying, like, can you hear my family talking in the background?
No, I can't hear anyone else.
All right, that's good. So I only have to deal with that. That would that's better me than the audience.
Yeah, I
Sure,
don't hear.
should be
I don't
fine.
hear any in the
Okay.
background. So
Well, that's good. I mean, remember, Rangi, we streamed Baldur's Gate 3 at one time while I had active construction in my house, and it didn't come through. So
yeah,
that still amazes me. There was really like jackhammers and shit, and like Rangi couldn't
it
hear
depends
anything.
on the mic,
Yeah.
really, and sometimes the software will just decide to
Well,
pick up a lot of
I
background.
was literally just using Apple headphones when we did that.
Try
Except
to pick up your
I was
voice.
playing in my living room, and then like they were like doing work like right on the other side of the wall, and like it was I could barely hear what Rangi was saying, but apparently according to Rangi, it was like perfectly fine on his end. Like there was no like uh, noise from the construction on the stream. So I'm like, huh, how about that? Anyway, so before we get into Barton Fink, which was Art's
Oh boy.
pick, typically if it's like a more respected movie, it's probably Art's pick. He tends to pick like higher art, or me and Rangi for the most part pick like go. Actually, now Rangi's movies have been kind of
Hit and miss. Kind of. It's kind of a bit of. Actually, I think so far of
you've
the
only picked
picks,
one.
it was. Yeah. Well, you know what my next pick is, and
Yeah.
that one's also kind of probably a bit. Well, that one's kind of a bit of a mix of art, the artsy and the not artsy. So
Yeah, I think both of yours are pretty like even like kind of like between popcorn film and artsy. Arts are mostly
I,
artsy, and then
I
mine
mean,
are mostly popcorn.
my next one is purely like animation stuff because I
Well,
really
that's
like
two
the
from now.
yeah. Oh right, I guess it would be.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, but enough talking about our taste in media. We can get into that later. Let's do the real reason we're all here. What was going on in the year of our Lord 8 AD? All right. So, here's some fun trivia heading your way. So, our boy Augustus, still the leader of the Roman Empire, by far the most stable of the three empires we've been following. Uh, the Parthian Empire is now under like their like fucking fourth king since we've been tracking them. Vonices the First, who was elected either year 7 or year 8. It's a little bit ambiguous which year he was elected, but I brought it up in both streams just in case. And then Ruzi Ying is still the leader of the Chinese Empire, or leader with air quotes, but it's a 2-year-old baby. But his
Three. Three now.
three, yes, he's 3 now, but his days may be numbered. We'll get into that later.
They are.
Wow,
Poor
he might
lad.
be killed before he can count to his current age.
Probably, yeah. In the Roman Empire, Vespania Julia is exiled. Lucius Aemilius Paulus and his family are disgraced. Augustus breaks off the engagement of Claudius to Paulus's daughter Aemilia Lepida. An effort is made to betroth Claudius to Livia Medullina Camilla. After completing, okay, so that was one like kind of like family drama thing that happened in the Caesar family that year. Another thing that happened in the Roman Empire is after completing Metamorphoses, Ovid, who's an author, begins the Fasti festivals 6 books that detail the first 6 months of this year and provide valuable insights into the Roman calendar. So that's pretty cool of him to do that. Well, we always love some well documented history, especially that far back. And then the next event from this year is again about Ovid. He's banished from Rome and exiled to the Black Sea near Thomas, which is modern day Castana. So he wrote some like best selling books and then got immediately yeeted the fuck out. So alrighty then.
You missed one.
What did I miss?
Roman general Tiberius defeats the Illyrians in Dalmatia on the river Bathurus.
Ah, well that's cool. Thank you for catching that. We love a good battle detail. Some people who were born this year: Drusus Caesar, member of the Julian Claudian dynasty, was born, and Titus Flavius Sabinus, a Roman consul and brother of Vespasian, was also born this year. And then for deaths, I actually pulled up a statue of this guy right here. It's a pretty important figure. Marcus Valerius Marcellus Corvinus, a Roman general, and actually he's an ancestor of some later European nobility / royalty in I forget what country it was. I didn't write it down, but basically one of the Hungarian. Thank you. One of the Hungarian royal noble families trace their lineage back to him, so it's pretty cool. And there's the bottom right a statue of the lad. He was born in 64 BC, so he lived a pretty long life. And if you do the math, it's 72 years roughly.
There is a United Kingdom Italian co-produced TV series that he is a character in that deals with a lot of the stuff that was happening in Rome during this period we're talking about.
That'd be cool. We should actually do that at some point. Obviously not for a little while, but like do something that covers like the first decade of history, like or first decade of AD, so we can watch a show about
the show.
Mm-hmm.
The show examines the power struggles of ancient Rome from a female perspective.
Oh, so it sucks. But
literally.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, maybe not that show then. I mean, maybe it's good, but that word's like a female perspective. It's kind of like one of those things that's been like has very negative connotations to it now because of the type of stories that they've used that as the basis for. It's kind of well that stigma will eventually change, but we're still in a pretty shit era of Hollywood where that's going to be the case for a little while. And then kicking it over to oh wait, there's a couple other things before we get to China. In Persia, oh yeah, Venice the First becomes king from the Parthian Empire. Said that. In Europe, Tincomoris, deposed king of Etrabades, flees Britain for Rome, and then Epilus then becomes king. So this is kind of like on the far reaches of the Roman Empire. Like this is like the British part of France. So it's like the right over the channel. This is back when that like northern tip of France was part of Britain, and then this part of Britain was contested between the Romans and the Brits who lived there, who I guess were the Celts at the time, right? That's who lived in Britain at this time period.
Sure.
I think it was the Celts.
Kind of. So the Celtic bloodlines are a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't exactly know. I don't know my history well enough to pinpoint who the exact group of people would be labeled as. I think this is pre-Anglo-Saxon though.
Yeah, it would probably be the Celts.
I think it is the Celts. Yeah. So this part of Britain is disputed between the Celts and the Roman Empire. The Celts and the Germans were at the time were called, I think, the barbarians. Were the two biggest thorns in the Roman side. Those what's the word for it? Kind of like I guess they called them barbarians, the barbarians. But
Gaul, I think, is what the Roman term for Britain was.
Okay, and then the Germans It wasn't barbarians, was it? What was it? What was the term for the Germans at the time?
Nazis.
Oh fuck, what are they called? I forget. Oh well. But yeah, those were their historical rivals. Bunch of men in kilts. But yeah, kicking it over to art in China.
China. Well, 88 was the start of the Tushi era of the Chinese Han Dynasty. Wow. Also, Wang Mang crushes a rebellion by Chai Ai, and on the winter solstice, officially assumes the title Emperor, establishing the short-lived Xin Dynasty. But there's more on his Wikipedia page. In the winter of 8 AD, after receiving a false prophecy written by a criminal named Ai Zhang, which pretended to be a divine decree from Emperor Gazu, stating that the throne should be given to Wang and that Grand Empress Dowager Wang should follow this divine will, Wang issued a decree accepting the position of emperor, establishing the Xin dynasty.
I love it. I love to see our boy winning.
He's officially emperor.
It was a long time coming. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. He deserves it. Props to Wang Mang, everybody. He is our mascot for this podcast. Me and Rangi's previous podcast, the mascot was Akira. Now it's not that Akira, the other one. Now it's Wang Mang.
Wait, not that Akira, the other one.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a specific anime character. From
Zom 101.
Akira.
Yeah, Zom 100.
Zom 100, right? And the character's name is Akira.
So I just wanted to be stated, by the way, that Wu Ziying, the former emperor, was not killed when Wang Mang took the throne.
Oh, what happened?
He get put like 25. I don't know, but he lived until 25 AD. So
okay, he could have just put him in timeout. It's like, all right, just picks him off the throne, like puts him in like a little playpen. It's like, you're staying here now.
During the Xin dynasty, Wu Ziying was under effective house arrest, so much so that as an adult he did not even know the names of common animals.
Oh wow.
In 25 AD, a rebellion against the Gengshi Emperor used Wu Ziying as a focus, and when the rebellion was defeated, Wu Ziying was killed.
Damn. Well, he
is often viewed as an innocent child who is a victim of tragic circumstances.
He had it coming.
Probably.
But yeah, we can we'll go over that event in more detail when we get to episode 25, which will probably be like 2 years from now.
Yes.
But yeah.
This fucking Brucey's Wikipedia page at the end, it's got like a list of all of his consorts, and it just says "Lady of the Wang clan." Fucking very helpful.
They don't skimp on details. They spared no expense on that Wikipedia entry. But yeah. Well, our resident Wang expert is also our resident film expert, and he's going to go over, because it's time for some Barton Fink. We had our fun in ancient China, but now it's time to have fun in ancient Hollywood, so to speak.
Well done.
Yes, my transition was flawless. But yeah, so we'll have Art. You want to take it away with the development and financing of Barton Fink?
Okay. Okay, so in 1989, the Coen brothers were writing the script for the film Miller's Crossing, which is a very complicated plot with lots of moving pieces. So after about 4 months, they were just lost. They didn't know how to continue it. So they went and wrote Barton Fink in about 3 weeks.
Really?
With John Turturro. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
In Miller's Crossing, at one point, a character leaves a hotel and it's called the Barton Arms.
Mm-hmm.
Little reference to.
I like when they do that.
But yeah, they wrote the lead role for John Turturro, and they wrote the role of Charlie for John Goodman. John Turturro was in Miller's Crossing, and John Goodman had been in Raising Arizona, which
Okay.
is fucking hilarious.
They were also both in
Um,
the Big Lebowski, which was the Coen brothers, right?
Many years later, yeah. I think they wrote the Big Lebowski around this time. The thing about the Big Lebowski is they wrote it in the early 90s, and then they waited until John Goodman was finished with Roseanne before they made it.
Okay.
That's a detail that's good to keep in mind for this film, is that it was after a couple of seasons of Roseanne, so John Goodman was known as the lovable dad on Roseanne, and then he's in this.
That's kind of funny.
They described the writing process for Barton Fink as exceptionally smooth.
That's good.
And even before writing, they knew how the story would end and wrote Charlie's final speech at the start of writing.
That's usually a good sign for a movie when they know what the ending is, because like it makes everything else kind of fit into place. Whereas like when you just kind of write as you go, a lot of times the script can be a lot messier.
True. The Cromwells also have emphatically stated that they did absolutely no research whatsoever about 1940s Hollywood.
So were you able to tell that?
No.
I wasn't sure how accurate this was to 1940s Hollywood.
It's fairly accurate.
Well, that's good.
And then once they finished the script, it had, as they put it, washed out their brains, and they went back and finished Miller's Crossing. And then they shot Miller's Crossing. Miller's Crossing came out a year before this. And then they went back to Barton Fink.
Sweet.
They started putting together a crew for this movie, and they had a problem straight away because their cinematographer on the first 3 movies could not come back because he was directing a little movie called The Addams Family.
Never heard of it.
Which was his directorial debut, Barry Sonnenfeld, who would later also go on to make Men in Black and stuff like that. Started his career as a cinematographer for the Coen Brothers, was also the cinematographer on Big. Has a cameo in Barton Fink.
Okay.
So they went to London and met Roger Deakins. I need to get the correct number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He would end up being the cinematographer on 12 Coen Brothers movies.
Oh, wow.
They phoned Roger Spottiswoode, the director that Deakins had last worked with, to ask his opinion of Roger Deakins. Spottiswoode hated him and told him so. And then when they when Joel told Ethan about all the criticisms, they basically decided to hire him.
It's funny.
They tested him. There's a shot in the movie where it pans away from Barton and Audrey in bed, and it pans and it goes down the plug-in hole.
Mm-hmm.
And every following movie that he worked with them in, he would single out one shot as the plug hole shot.
The what hole shot?
The plug hole shot, because the camera goes down the plug hole of the sink.
Got it.
And he would always identify one shot per movie as like the stupidly difficult thing they would ask him to do.
That's fun.
Let's see. Principal photography began in June of 1990. It took 8 weeks, a third less time than it took to shoot Miller's Crossing, for a budget of $9 million. $9
million.
3 weeks at the Hotel Earl, which was a set created by Dennis Gassner. Originally, the fire at the end was going to be digital in post-production, but then instead they used real flames.
Oh, that's cool.
A series of gas jets were installed behind the hallway, and basically someone just opened each jet as Goodman passed them.
Well, that's fun. That's actually the shot I have for the background for this.
I noticed.
know what's funny, Art? I just picked this picture at random before I even watched the film as the background. I had no idea how important the picture would end up being for the film.
Pretty important.
It was kind of amusing looking back on it afterwards. Like, oh, it was this shot. Okay.
Let's see what else we've got here. The Coens edited the film themselves as they usually do under the pseudonym Roderick James because you're not allowed, for some reason, you're not allowed to have two people credited as an editor or something like that.
Really?
At least at the time when they started using the pseudonym, it's something like that. It's something really strange. Like if the Coen brothers ever won an Oscar for editing, they wouldn't be able to receive it. It's really, and they have been nominated for editing before, but they've never won.
Okay.
What's the next section I need to talk about? It's not really a whole lot about the getting of finances.
Okay, so then legal contracts. How much were the actors, the main actors, paid, and was there any like controversies?
I do not have any information about how much people were paid.
Let's see. John.
I'm gonna assume that because it's low budget indie film, they might have worked for scale.
Okay.
They don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna quote you on that. I'm putting you on a T-shirt.
I can say that.
Apparently, it's not on public record.
No, older and smaller films, you're not going to be able to find those details very much. I can tell you that Barton Fink is loosely based on Clifford Odette, and W.P. Mayhew is loosely based on William Faulkner.
I did kind of gather that William H.P. Mayhew was definitely kind of that Faulkner, Hemingway type of writer, it seemed.
If you look at a picture of William Faulkner, John Mahoney does actually look quite a bit like him.
Do you think there was a bit of Ernest Hemingway in there too? That's what I got.
Well, the Coens have said that they didn't really base it on Faulkner either.
Okay.
So, but then the Coens do like sort of playing around with people's expectations. So
yeah, that's fair. But like I'm more familiar with Ernest Hemingway than Faulkner, so that's kind of why Hemingway came to my mind first. He was also kind of like the drunk machismo literary type. It's a very interesting blend.
Machismo, that's an interesting way of saying that.
Well, it was kind of like
machismo.
Yes.
That's how it's pronounced.
Yes, machismo. He's like the it's basically as masculine as a literary person can get, right? Because it's not exactly what you.
Well, I mean, fucking Hemingway was
a
bit of a nut.
Yeah, he would go to like Africa and go big game hunting, and he join World War I for kicks. Like each one like good story material to like join the military. It's like Farewell to Arms, right? It was his experience in the military. Like it was kind of
yes,
and memoir or biography.
I think for the Veltos as well.
But yeah,
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so I definitely got a Hemingway vibes from that character. But we can discuss that more when we get to him. And Hemingway was also a notorious alcoholic. But then again, pretty much everyone from this time period was. Production marketing.
I can't find much about marketing either. I'm going to be honest with you. But I can make inferences.
It's a hard thing to market, though. Like, I don't know. How do you even market it?
You don't even get the Fink burger at Burger King.
It was given an art house. It did premiere at Cannes Film Festival, where it became the first movie ever to sweep the top 3 awards.
Became the first movie ever. That's pretty impressive.
To sweep the top 3 awards: the Palme d'Or, Best Director for Joel Coen, and Best Actor for John Turturro.
Okay. So I guess that's all for this
In
category.
fact, after the 1991 festival, the Cannes Film Festival decided to limit each movie to a maximum of 2 awards.
So basically, all right, we're not doing this again.
And then it was released on August 23rd, 1991, and earned $268,000 during its opening weekend.
So how much did it do overall? Because the budget was $9 million.
6 million. 6 million.
Oh, so it lost money.
Yeah. I think all of their early movies lost money. They were indie filmmakers.
So they were kind of like, they kept getting work because they were like critically acclaimed, even though they didn't like actually make any money.
I think Raising Arizona made money. That's their second movie, but then
Okay.
Miller's Crossing, which was the movie before this, made $5 million on a $10 million budget. And then the movie after the Hudsucker Proxy made $11 million on a $25 million budget.
So like, how did they keep getting work? It was just because they kept winning awards. Is that why? Like, because they were losing every like studio's money.
But their movies didn't cost a lot. That helped.
Sure, but like even then, it's like, well.
And then because it cost $9 million, it made $6 million at the box office, and then you have to factor in home media.
Yeah, sure, home media.
Which probably pushed it into
profitability.
Profit. As an example of this, just to explain how much home media can help.
I think I remember this example, but go ahead.
Kevin Smith's movie Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back, which cost $20 million, made $30 million theatrically. So not that successful. And then it made $60 million on home media.
Yeah, that's a big difference. It's kind of a lost source of revenue in today's, because like they don't make nearly the same return from rentals and streaming that they did from physical media.
This is true.
Yeah, physical media, and there isn't really a way in modern day to like replicate that. I don't think, because like, okay, sure, I might pay like $4 to rent a movie on like Amazon Prime, maybe. And that's like rare. I think most people do just like, oh, what streaming site is it on? Oh, how much of a cut do the streaming sites get on these deals too? That's the other thing.
I have no idea.
Is it just I assume it's just a flat rate, like they get a flat payment from the streaming site.
Yeah, no clue. But yeah, this was one of our shorter segments for external. Seems like it was a relatively clean, easy production. There wasn't any drama. There wasn't a lot of details on the financing or contracts or any of that stuff. So, all right, that's about it for external. Let's carry over into the meat and potatoes of the internal story elements. I guess before we do internal, I guess we can everyone do their general thoughts on the film. Yeah. So Rangi, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So this is it was a very clean production as far as the movie, which is really funny because the main characters' surroundings for a lot of it definitely aren't clean. What I would describe as clean, but what I mean is it's like it looks good for what it is. I'd never heard of this movie before. When I watched it, I did like it a good bit, and especially from early on, because at first I think it tricks you into thinking like, oh, okay, we're going with the Hollywood kind of outsider, and he's gonna be our underdog, and we're gonna be rooting for him to do a good job and do a good thing, That was the impression I got from that the movie was setting up at first. And then it quickly kind of derails from there as you kind of get to know your main character. It's funny, I started off kind of liking him, and then over time, I really didn't like Barton.
Yeah, he's kind of a weasel.
He is a weasel.
But
Correct.
anything else, Rangi? Any other initial thoughts?
Yeah, I like it, and I think anyone who I think it's got a very interesting message when it comes to the pretentiousness of art and what does it really mean to try to make art for like the common person. Because
let's put a pin in that because we're about to do themes in like 30 seconds.
I was gonna say, yeah, because future conversations.
Yeah, like we'll do me and Art what we think, and then we can get right into themes. I'll have Art go last since he was the one who picked it and was the only one familiar with it before. Um, I didn't think it was going to be conventional, specifically because it had those like artsy shots of like him staring at the wall and the wall peeling, and like that's usually kind of giving you a sign that like things aren't as they seem, and like some shit's gonna go down. It definitely didn't go the way I expected to. Like it was way more over the top than I expected. I was expecting him to just have like a mental breakdown and like freak the fuck out and like do something crazy, but like it went in a different direction than I was expecting. I was expecting unconventional, just not in the way it ended up being. And so it was nice that even though I was expecting a twist, one from just watching the film, and two that Rangi was mentioned there was a twist, but that is not exactly a spoiler. Most good films have a twist. But I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a little on the artsy side, which is typically not my cup of tea. I'm more of like a popcorn blockbuster guy, but I do enjoy a good artsy film once in a while, and this one was pretentious, but in a good way, in a self-conscious way, which we'll get into in the themes. But yeah, I liked it. Art, take it away.
Okay, I first saw this movie in 2003, I think. That sounds right.
I was two.
I was 14. The Coen brothers were for a very long time my favorite directors. So this is like probably in my top 3 movies of theirs. I particularly like it for the way Goodman and Tito play off each other. Also, John Goodman is one of my top 5 favorite actors, so that's a fucking plus. I like the story, but I also like the theories around it, of which I am a big proponent of one, which I'm sure we'll get into
What's
later.
in the box?
Not quite that, but close.
Well, that is one of the theory. I know the theory you're talking about, but that is funny. This movie did What's in the Box before 7.
I know what's in the box.
Well,
I mean, I don't. But
everyone has a pretty good guess what it is, and we can get there when we get there.
You're both wrong.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Yeah, it's cocaine.
Yeah, it's pure grade Colombian cocaine.
It's a cubic metric ton.
It is Hollywood.
Yeah. But you were saying, Art?
No, I was done, and then we started making jokes about the box.
Oh, okay. Cool. But yeah, so I think we all enjoyed it. This was the first time we've had a unanimous everyone liked it since Gran Torino, because because Art didn't like Dr. No. Me and Rangi
didn't like Dr. No.
Sorry, yeah. Rangi and Art both didn't like Dr. No, and I thought it was mid. So we were, I guess, near in agreement that it was bad for that one. And then for He-Man, that one was a big old debate. And then for Project Hail Mary, we all liked it, but Rangi wasn't there for that. So yeah, Gran Torino would have been the last one the three of us all agreed on liking a film.
Yes, can I just say something? On the stream, our icons are slightly off center and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, you want me to move them?
Yes. I do. I very much do. You fucking piece of shit.
Is it better? Is it better now?
I have to wait for the stream to catch up. So far, they aren't moving at all. Oh, wait. There goes Rangi.
Of course, the tech.
No, it's not better, but it's fine.
Did I move in the wrong direction?
No, but you didn't make a center. we're, we're we're just slightly less off center.
All right. All right. There we go. How about now?
Wait again. Come on, Maggie, move.
Because the OBS doesn't tell you if you're center or not.
I think I'm centered.
No, like my icon should be right dead center.
Yeah, but I can't.
Oh.
Bang on one
I
side
can't.
and
I
iron on
can't
the other.
tell because most applications will tell you when it's centered. OBS doesn't.
Well, I'm just gonna have to deal with it then, aren't I?
Yeah. We'll just have to kill iron later.
Is it better? Is
Yeah,
it
okay.
better now though?
It's better.
Okay, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, themes. I think we're on themes. Themes. Theme schneems. A lot more themes for this one than Doctor No, that's for sure. All right. Who wants to go first? Rangi or Art?
Iron.
Wait. Fine. I think some of the themes in this is kind of like kind of the being aware, right, of like I'm trying to think of the way to phrase it. It's like kind of like being conscientious, right? Like he spouts off so much about like wanting to empathize with the common man, wanting to like take their struggles and like put it on a show for like everyone to like really like to like connect kind of like the hoity-toity people with the common man and like make the common man feel heard, right? And in his process of trying to make the common man feel heard, he just completely does not listen to the common man he has at his disposal, actively trying to tell him about his lived experiences. So he spouts off about the common man's lived experiences while the common man is trying to tell him about his lived experiences. So that's kind of like and then that actually it comes back to bite him in a much bigger way than you expect, him not really like being conscientious of his surroundings, because like he kind of pays the price for it in a big way for that transgression. But yeah, that's
There's a little there's a little clue early on that he doesn't actually give a shit. He just wants all the high art people to respect him.
And before the conversation with John Goodman,
yes, they read the review of his play and he's like, "Oh, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not interested." And then when he meets his agent backstage, he's like, "Did you see the review?" He's like, "No. What did it say?" Like he really wants to know it. Like he actually shows that he cares more about that than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. No, because that can't. I noticed that because I was like, wait, though. I thought he didn't want to know.
So he was just trying to like play off as humble, and he was worried about his like image. But then when he was behind closed doors, so to speak, he's like, "Oh, tell me."
Yeah,
he's trying to present himself as in a certain way.
He's very Hassan coded.
And then there's another little detail.
The funniest part is I don't even know really who Hassan is. I just know he's a fucking like pretentious like what's the word?
Well, no, Hassan wouldn't bother pretending as much. Like he's putting more effort in there.
Isn't it poser the word? Isn't he like champagne socialist kind of thing? Is that what people accuse him of?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought my Hassan criticism was accurate. Then again, like I said, I don't really listen to him or anyone who criticizes him. It's kind of what I've learned about him through osmosis. Honestly, the most I've ever heard about him is when he shocked his dog. But this is not a drama stream though. But I just those memes of him shocking his dog are really funny. I really like the Clash Royale ones. Anyway, we're gonna sidetrack. What were you saying?
There's another little detail later on because despite his protestations, he is a high art wannabe.
Yeah.
But he's obsessed with that picture in his hotel, which by all metrics would be considered low art.
Yeah, I was that was something I was going to ask you about art. Like,
Oh,
what was the deal with the painting?
okay. We're gonna have to say that until I get into theory mode.
Okay, because that was kind of like the I kind of got what the film was going for with like the vast majority of its like creative decisions, but like that was one that
I'll
kind of puzzled me a little bit.
I'll just say this: I spent possibly an unhealthy amount of time on the old IMDb message board. I don't know if you guys even remember this, but on IMDb they used to have message boards for every movie.
I didn't know that.
So,
I
like,
was
if you look up a movie, for example, Barton Fink, there'd just be a message board dedicated just to that movie. I spent an unhealthy amount of time on the Barton Fink message board discussing theories about this movie.
Okay.
understandable.
So yeah, I guess
And I
we
have
can
evidence.
we can save that for when we get to resolution then. But yeah, for any other themes besides the kind of like
Well, it's about the creative process more specific, more generally too.
yeah, well that's kind of the 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 kind of self-evident theme, right? Like you don't really have to glean anything from that. That's just kind of what the film is about, right? Like the what I'm trying to think of the literary terms for like where you have like kind of like the main like kind of theme of the plot,
Yeah,
right?
central
The
thing.
central theme
Uh,
is that, but then the usually, in my opinion anyway, the deeper themes are like the sub themes, and then like because the central theme is more of a vehicle for the plot to happen. Then the sub themes is where you can kind of glean all the, like the deeper meaning. Not to say that there's nothing to glean from the central themes. Just usually those themes are a bit more shallow in order to enable a like kind of cover more ground, so to speak. But I could you guys could feel free to disagree. That's just my opinion. Um,
What's there something else we need to mention? It's not really a theme, I suppose. I'll save it for character.
okay, yeah. But yeah, I mean like again going back to that central theme of how different people cope with the creative process, right? Like uh there's WHP Mayhew, WP Bill Mayhew, however you say his name. He when he gets
Frasier's dad.
yeah he just kind of goes on a drunken rage whenever he gets like stuck, and then Barton Fink kind of just like it's kind of like he literally just watches paint dry. It's like he just kind of recedes into himself.
well, this is the other thing that kind of I noticed with Barton. Like, as much as he talks about the common man, it's not just that he's not listening to the guy in that moment. He's also kind of just like he's not going to like bars or pubs or like places where people congregate. He's sitting. He's mostly at work or in his room. We don't ever see him like go into a, like the one time we see him go to a social setting is when he's trying to celebrate his own work,
yeah.
and even there he's kind of almost self-aggrandizing it.
Yes, exactly. And then it's kind of it goes into more like again this kind of ties in the character, but like the facade of who Barton Fink is, right? Like he purposely stays at a cheaper hotel so he can be like more in touch with the common man, right? But like at the same time, it's like he doesn't actually want to interact with like the locals, right? He like tries to avoid John Goodman at first, and it takes a while for him to really like seek out his company. And he like you said, Rangi, he doesn't go out and socialize with the locals. He keeps to himself while talking about how much he's like connecting with the common man.
Yeah, it's like yeah. I guess you're there's a level you're connect. I mean, I guess you know what it's like to sleep to have to sleep in a shitty motel, but you're doing that on
Which
purpose.
is
You
funny.
always have
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you always have the option to like go back to the like fancier stuff. So
I think the paragraph that he has, the only thing he's able to type out for such a long time is kind of like kind of shows the like the surface levelness of it, right? Like the the first paragraph he types out is about the living conditions of the people in the movie, right? Which is the part he got like yeah, he got the living situation down, but that's all he was able to come up with. It's like he describes the the Lower East Side with the calls of the fishmonger, right? So like it's kind of like even his writing is only surface level of an understanding at this point, right? Because he's only kind of dipped his toe in the water, and only until he like kind of goes full off the deep end with John Goodman's character that he starts to be able to write better. Like every time he interacts with him, he unlocks a little more. Well,
I don't know
because
if I agree with that.
100% guaranteed that's the opening paragraph of his play. And the only reason I say it is because the last line of his movie script is also the last line of his play. He has no ideas. He's a hack.
yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, actually, I think I remember them mentioning fishmongers
They
with
do.
his play. Yeah, I remember that. So, yeah, that's the impression I got too. Also,
Because the last line of his play is, we'll be hearing from that kid, and I don't mean a postcard. And the last line of his movie script is, we'll be hearing from that crazy wrestler, and I don't mean a postcard.
I didn't pick up on that detail. It is funny. So yeah, so it's,
I did pick up on the fishmonger thing. I didn't pick up on that specific line being repeated because that's crazy.
so yeah, that goes it goes more into he's kind of a facade, which is funny because he's connects with another person who's a facade. It's basically two people who are facades interacting throughout the
Three
whole movie.
people.
Three. Yes.
Because Mayhew doesn't write his stuff.
Yes,
Audrey
right.
does.
Yes, you're right. So yeah, so there's three of the main characters in this film are just complete facades.
Well, Mayhew, I think.
Well, didn't she say
is the impression that Mayhew wrote his first few books and then kind of
once he wrote a couple of books, then Audrey came in, and then she basically says he'd get drunk and I would just sort of type up everything
so
and write it.
From my understanding, he mentioned he had like a girl before her, and then like something tragic happened to her. So I think like before the tragedy, he was actually
lost her mind.
Yeah, he was actually like a talented writer, and then like the tragedy happened, he kind of just like became a drunken asshole, and then like she just kind of admired his initial work and wrote everything for him.
I was gonna say
the first girl wrote the stories.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, it could be he was always a hack.
Yeah.
But another thing I thought of too is there's an interpretation. Think about it. What is Barton's punishment at the end of the movie?
He has to.
Yeah, everything you write belongs to us. Everything you write from now on belongs to us. But
we're not going
to publish anything. Yeah. Part of me is wondering if Mayhew didn't go through a similar journey. Because remember, the thing Mayhew says is he wants to write.
Well, no, Mayhew wrote a bunch. They show you a bunch of Mayhew stuff.
Yeah, well, but
I agree with Rangi. He wrote a bunch of books, but they do make a point of saying that everything he's written since he's been in Hollywood hasn't been produced. So it's possible that he went through the same thing.
Well, they're just showing him B-roll that never got released because there's a scene where Barton Fink.
No, he wants his wrestling movie, but that wasn't written by Mayhew.
That was B-roll for another wrestling movie because the idea was okay.
Yes, I am.
Yes, okay. I am sure. I'm sure too. I remember this. The idea was this is supposed to give you inspiration.
Yeah, but I thought it was specifically his wrestling movie.
No, because Geisler wouldn't show him anything that Mayhew had worked on because he fucking hates him.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. He calls him was it a South?
Yeah.
I also think it's funny that he gets fired and he wants Barton to get fired too. And the guy's like, no.
I would argue he's probably the most competent of the characters we meet from the Hollywood scene.
Yeah, he's the most normal of the Hollywood characters.
Yeah, but he also knows it's all a facade. He knows he's a guy who knows the game. That's kind of
he's like, oh, you made Lipnick like you. You should never make Lipnick like you. Yeah. All right. Anything more to say about themes? Because I'm sure there's more we're missing. Because there's kind of a lot to say about this movie.
There probably are more we're missing, but.
Oh, I know one. For John Goodman's character, right? It's like gives me a lot of like kind of like a more wholesome Carnage. You know the Marvel character Carnage.
I know the Marvel character Carnage. Yeah.
So basically,
No,
so his
I
whole
mean I've heard the name.
so his whole
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a character from Black Lagoon, actually.
okay. So Carnage, I'm gonna use him because like he's a much more well recognizable character. Also, I haven't seen Black Lagoon, so I can't speak to that. But Carnage's
I
whole
have to fix
thing,
that someday.
yeah, someday we'll get around to it, or I'll get around to it. But Carnage's whole thing, right, is like he thinks the world is kind of like a cruel cage, and he's like setting people free by like killing them. And I think kind of John Goodman's character kind of has a similar thing going on, where he's just kind of liberating people from the cruelty of the world, because like people can be so mean and cruel, and he's just kind of helping out. That's how he sees it. So he kind of gives me Carnage vibes in that sense. And it's I'm trying to think of like the theme. I guess is that like shit. What I'm struggling to put this into words. That like
I can't speak to this yet.
I will it's driving me. It's annoying me. Like I can't like put in the words what I'm trying to say. It's he has a very perverse sense of compassion. I would say.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
He
so I guess what I'm trying to say is like Barton Fink is a Barton Fink and Charlie Meadows, or we'll go into his real name later, are both
Yeah, more ways than one.
yeah, we're both sociopaths, but in like different ways. Like Barton Fink is kind of like the absence of compassion, where Charlie Meadows is like twisted compassion. So it's kind of like they're both sociopaths, but like in very very different flavors. But ultimately, they both converge in the same point again. So it's kind of like two different ways of coming to the same kind of like sickness.
Is Barton a sociopath? I'd say Barton is more of a narcissist.
Well, yes, but he's so narcissistic to the point where he doesn't really care about people getting killed as long as it doesn't affect him. Like his initial reaction, sure, but then he gets over it pretty quickly, and he doesn't even really react when Mayhews gets killed.
True.
So yeah,
can't argue with that.
Yeah, so I think he's narcissistic to the point that he's sociopathic.
Just like Rangi.
Mm-hmm. Rangi lacks empathy. Anyway, let's get into tone and atmosphere. Who wants to take it away?
Yes, have some. The tones, the Coen Brothers movies always have an interesting thing because they jump from genre to genre to genre, but they always have a really blackly comic tone to everything.
Yeah, I definitely got that vibe here. It's like very gallows humor, kind of.
Yes, like when
Barton.
When Goodman kills this. When Goodman kills the second cop, he's just like, "How Hitler?"
That was so funny. That was so funny. I was cracking up so hard when he said that. Well, it is also during World War II, so it's like it makes sense. It's just really funny because the meta angle of it being made so far in the future, because that wouldn't have been funny if this was a 1941 film.
And then the whole sequence with Chet.
Yep.
If my name's Chet, I'm Chet, and then he writes on a little bit of paper, Chet.
And he taps. And then he's like, he keeps saying he says the rules, and he's like, are you a transient or resident? It's like, well, if you're, and he's like, then he's like, okay, so you're a resident. So he's like, transients to do this, which residents to do this, which you're a resident. So it's like the way he describes the rules is really funny.
And then there's another bit as well when he gets on the hotel at the end, near the end. He said, "Have you ever read the Bible?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I think so. Maybe I've heard of it at least."
Yeah. That was funny. Also, did Rangi die?
No, I'm here.
No.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah. With the that whole thing, it's weird. It's because it's kind of just weirdly awkward in a way. The way a lot of the people in this hotel act, and
Well, there's theories to
part of me
that,
is
right?
always, yeah. I mean, I feel like I can imagine how there would be,
We can get into that soon. But yeah, and I think the atmosphere is like I said, they didn't do any research apparently, but that surprised me because this basically felt exactly how I imagined 1940s Hollywood to look and feel. So like I think they really captured
Well,
the atmosphere of
There's
40s
definitely
Hollywood.
things they knew of already. There's definitely things they knew about already.
they didn't do any research when they wrote the script. Once it came time to build the sets and do the whole job, I'm sure those people did research.
Okay, but like this film really does a good job of like kind of that like L.A. noir type of film feel, and you get a little bit of that, or a lot of bit of that at the end of this film, and then the the Jewish like over the top Hollywood exec, right? Like he's like kind of exactly like the type of he's a character exactly of the type of caricature you would expect from this time period, right? Like he's the stereotype personified, Jack Lipnick, right? And then all the other kind of Hollywood people are very over the top and superficial as well. So it's kind of it really does encapsulate that 40s Hollywood feel, which is when Hollywood was at its peak.
But it's also very skeezy. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Lipnick is very fucking two-faced. It's very clear right off the bat.
Wow, because he's a Jew, he's Two-Face, Rangi. So much hate.
Well, no, I mean because he literally double talks our main character.
Yeah, I know. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, no, I think this film plays with a lot of people. Like, actually, then again, it's I don't know. Was L.A. noir like a popular genre at this point in time? Art
The fuck is LA Noir?
the the 1940s, like
Film noir.
no, but specifically Los Angeles. Like it's its own subgenre of film noir. It's like a lot of film
I don't know
noir.
because this is literally the first time I've ever heard that phrase.
Well, because film noir, it was just that it was that era of like the grungy like detective and like, but like a lot of those films take place in like New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, right? Like L.A. had its own particular breed of it because of Hollywood was such a big deal in the 40s that like a lot of it was kind of like the celebrity cases, right? Um, and the glitz and glamour and like the seedy underbelly of Los Angeles in the 40s. So it's like it's a subgenre of a popular genre. Like
If you say so, it's literally like I said before. This is the first time I've ever heard that phrase as a genre.
it's basically it's just a film noir genre specifically in LA because it's like a little bit different than all the other cities when they from this time period because of the Hollywood.
Every city in a film noir is the same city.
Yeah, but none of the other cities have Hollywood in them. Like having the
It doesn't matter.
Well, no, but I'm saying like when
every city in a film noir is the same city.
Yeah, but you
Gamos on top, Khaleesi underneath.
Yes. But I'm saying there's another level of flair when you tie in the Hollywood element. It's like adding like a topping to your sundae. You know what I mean? It's still a sundae, but you put some chocolate glaze all over it.
Sure. I've never heard that. I've never heard of that genre before, and I'm kind of autistic when it comes to movie genres, but sure.
Anyway, speaking of LA noir, the setting is Los Angeles in the 1940s, which is exactly what the setting and time period for that subgenre is.
That's the thing too, though. It is the 1940s. I feel like you could have told me it was like the 50s or 60s. I just
no,
like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
No, not at all. Hollywood was very different in the 60s.
Oh, but no, I'm saying this as somebody who doesn't know a lot about what Hollywood is
all
like.
All the references to the war.
Yeah, that's kind of the main thing. But
Could have been
has
the
it?
Vietnam War or the Korean War. You guys
Yeah,
have been in a lot of wars.
That's
yeah.
fair.
We
But
seem to want to get into a big war every decade or so. We should get back to that.
what was I gonna say? It's
In fact, he watches the rushes for the rest of the movie on the date is shown. And it's 2 days after Pearl Harbor.
yeah. And Rang, another thing too is the clothing and the
Uh,
the
Suits isn't that dated though. Like I said, it could be
no people
1950s. Though.
well, you said 60s originally. People don't wear hats in the 60s because of JFK. JFK literally like killed the hat industry. It's kind of funny. It's because he was like that much of like he was basically the first American influencer essentially, and like whatever JFK did, all of America wanted to do. So JFK never
Oh,
wore.
really? That got pushed a little bit in 1963, didn't it?
If JFK got shot in a car, would you? But
I would
but
shoot me, coward.
but JFK didn't wear hats when basically up to that point, like everyone wore hats out, like whenever you went out, and JFK kind of shook up the norm to the point where everyone stopped wearing hats because he didn't wear hats and like killed the hat industry because, like I said before, every single fucking person.
Oh my
owned a
god,
nice
the hat industry killed Kennedy.
Yes.
Rangi, I have a game recommendation for you later. I don't know if you heard me.
The big hat killed JFK.
Rangi, I have a game recommendation for you later.
Oh,
Did I tell it on stream? Yeah, fuck it. There's a game you can download called JFK Reloaded.
That's funny. Isn't
You
it?
play as Lee Harvey Oswald.
Isn't that a Family Guy joke or something?
I don't know. You play as Lee Harvey Oswald and you have to kill Kennedy, and you get graded on how accurate you are to the actual event.
That's funny.
But the best thing to do if you want to play the game and win is just shoot the driver of JFK's car, and then you can just pick everyone off.
fair.
Fun game.
Sounds like it. But yeah, no, this is
Also, I need to correct you on something.
yes.
If the movie's not set in Los Angeles, it's set in Los Angeles.
Yes, they pronounce it wrong.
And I guarantee you, I'm going to say 85% confidence that every actor pronounced it correctly, and the Coen brothers are like, no, that's not what's in our script. They're very exact. There's a great story from the set of Fargo. One of the characters says, "I want to go to Pancake's house," and the actor playing the role was like, "That can't be right." So he said, "I want to go to a pancake house," and the Coen brothers stopped filming. And were like, "That's not what it says in our script. Please say the dialogue exactly as it's written."
That's funny. Yeah, I guess they don't like their actors improvising then.
No. And it's crazy as well. There's been so many stories about this, which is if you go to Joel and ask a question, he'll give you an answer. And if you go to Ethan independently and ask him a question, he'll give you the exact same answer.
Wow. They're like one person.
Pretty much.
Now, I wonder, did Robin Williams ever do a Coen Brother movie? Because that would have been interesting.
No,
that would
he
have
did not.
the biggest improv actor versus like the least enthusiastic about improv directors. That would have been an interesting combo.
I wonder if they would. I don't know. It's strange because they are funny, so they might have appreciated it. Like they talk some. There's some really funny stories, like when Josh Brolin made an audition tape for No Country. He was filming a movie with Quentin Tarantino and got like the people on the set to film his audition tape. And when he sent it in, they just got back to him and went, "Who did the lighting?"
That's funny. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, Robin Williams, didn't he improvise like nearly all of his lines in Good Morning Vietnam?
All the radio material, yeah.
Yeah, which was most of his dialogue.
A lot of it, yes.
Well, because I'm not saying he didn't have dialogue outside that, but like I'm saying if you actually count the amount of lines in the film, I would probably.
Oh yeah, that's because it's Robin Williams improvising comedy bits, so like he's gonna fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, I Good Morning Vietnam is one of those films. I know we're going a little bit of a tangent, but Good Morning Vietnam is one of those films I like it as a comedy. I don't like it as a drama. I like the comedic elements of that film. I thought I didn't really I wasn't really kind of hit that hard by the drama of the film. Like, I see what they're doing, but like,
I'm going to bring us full circle. Are you ready?
Yep.
Robin Williams gives his best movie performance in 1991, the same year that Barton Fink came out.
And speaking of Barton Fink, world building. All right, Art, take it away.
The movie definitely it takes place in a world that is built. Nailed it. They did do a good job of time, placing the movie in time.
Yeah.
Just a little detail, like I said earlier, of having the dailies for the rest of the movie be 2 days after Pearl Harbor. Then obviously the USO show when all the guys are going off the war. They do a good place of setting the time without being really obvious about it.
Yeah, and they also they give the hotel a lot of character. Like
Yeah.
the hotel is basically its own character.
Well,
I
kind of.
I guess
I can't get into.
Yeah, well, how
it
it ties
drives me
into
crazy. I know.
I know what your theory is, and yeah, we'll get there soon. But yeah, and we'll pivot to Capital Pictures because that's less connected to your theory. For Capital Pictures, I really like the kind of like it was like kind of like it was a B movie company that had higher aspirations. Like I enjoyed that. Because it was kind of they like basically everyone knew they made shitty films, but like Lipnick kept going on and on about how they value the writer and they like it's all about like they want to like tell real stories, but then like basically anything that's not like a cheesy B movie gets like rejected.
Well, the other funny thing is he keeps talking about wanting that Barton Fink feeling, and it's like he's obviously never read anything that this guy's written before in his life.
Well,
he has no idea what.
They even pointed out he doesn't read the stuff. He gets read.
True, he could have seen the play.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea that like because what was that one guy he gets brought back, right? Lou Breeze. Like he fires him and then rehires him. It probably seems like a guy who's been through that a few times. He gets fired anytime he gets mad. He gets mad at him. It's kind of like Mr. Burns and Smithers. but Lou Breeze read the script to him. So a little personal theory of mine is Lou Breeze like didn't read the script as written and it kind of like made it worse because he hates Barton Fink. But that's just like a personal theory. I don't know if there's any evidence to support that.
There isn't, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Another interesting dichotomy is the fact that obviously the hotel is a fucking shithole.
Yeah.
And everything connected with Hollywood is really pristine and nice and clean.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Cat, what are you doing? Don't do it. Sorry.
So wait, Art, what was the evidence for Lou Breeze, like being malicious with his reading of the script?
I said there wasn't any evidence.
Oh, I thought you said there was.
No.
Yeah, see, like I said, it's just a personal theory because it feels in character. But like I said, that is just a personal theory because there is no evidence for that, and it also kind of undermines the theme, so probably not.
Oh, for Christ's sake, sorry.
Rangi, any comments on the world building?
Rangi's burping.
What? Oh, he's BRB.
He's burping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we'll put a pin in the one element of world building that you want to talk about.
Rangi thought the world building was good, but he disagreed with everything you said.
Did he actually say that?
No.
Oh. All right, let's get into characters.
The movie features many characters. Nailed it.
Yes.
All right, what character do you want to start with?
Let's go like least important to important. I always like to do it. So we'll start with Garl Stanford, who
Give me 2 seconds. I need to throw my cat out of my room because she's been a butt.
Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 bum 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 do 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 dun 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 dun.
I'm back.
All
It's
right.
like fucking. I got like a closed packet of food next to me. She's trying to fucking rip it open.
Bad kitty. Meh. But the first character is Garland Stanford, who is the most normal character in this whole film. Probably the only normal character in this whole film, actually.
Yes.
He's just like,
He's smart. It's just like, yeah, man, go to Hollywood, make some money, and then you can come back and make all the plays you want.
yeah, it's basically he's like this singular, like sane person in this topsy turvy world. Probably because he's not actually in LA where all the fucking wackos are.
Probably he's in New York though, so let's not get too crazy.
Well, hey, New York at this time was actually kind of respectable. It's the 40s.
I don't believe you.
All right. Relatively, the New York in the 40s was a lot more respectable than New York in the 2020s.
That's true.
like I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with that statement for the most part. But yeah, see, let's pull up the I'm gonna pull up the cast because I have the character names, but I want to pull up the actor names too. So this guy, he's a relatively famous actor, right? David Warlow, David Warlow.
Oh my god, David Warlow.
Yeah, he's in a good amount of stuff, right?
He's more known as a theater actor.
Okay, so he's a theater actor who like dabbled in Hollywood, which is kind of funny, right? Because that's exactly what he is in this movie.
Yeah.
so there you go. Well casted. All right. Then next up, I guess we can bring up the second most sane person in the movie, Ben Geisler. Giesler. He's like basically kind of the Hollywood equivalent of Garland Stanford. He's just kind of a bit more manic because LA is a bit more manic than New York is.
Yeah. All the cocaine.
Yeah, he's probably on coke. That's kind of the vibe I got. But yeah, he's kind of like the most rational person Barton meets when he moves to LA. Probably the only relatively sane people. Like he just like everything he gives him is sound advice, and he like even though he's kind of a dick, he like genuinely wants to help because it is self-centered. Like it's like his ass is on the line too, but like he definitely goes out of his way to help more than like even someone who's in self-preservation mode would do. But yeah, no, I liked his character. I thought he was a fun side character. And it's like his mannerisms are a lot of fun. And he's like his none of his scenes are really intense when there's a lot of intense scenes in this film. So like you always know you can kind of like just kind of chill out a little bit whenever he's on the screen.
For who?
The recurring gag of him correcting his secretary because he constantly gets his name wrong.
Yeah.
Like he just did.
Yeah. See? Was that intentional?
Well, no, I asked who are we talking about?
Ben Geisler.
Geisler.
Geisler. Ben Gizo. It's a deep lore reference. Moving on.
Ben Gizo is played by Tony Shalhoub, great actor.
Yes.
Monk. People will probably know him as Monk.
Tony Shalhoub.
Geisler, was he the actor for that character, or was that somebody else? I always get the character names mixed up.
For what? Tony Shalhoub played Ben Giesler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giesler. What he was no, he was the other producer guy, right?
Yeah, the fast talking producer guy who gets fired at the end.
Yeah, who was really like kind of. I feel like he is kind of the smartest guy in the room in Hollywood.
Well, we basically went over like the two normal characters so far, and they're basically the only two normal characters. The movie's full of wackos. He was in Men in Black. This guy.
Yeah, the guy gets his head shot off.
Oh, you're right.
Do you have any idea how much that stings?
Yes,
That's
yes.
his line.
I do remember that now. Okay. So that's where I knew I recognized him from somewhere. I recognize him from Men in Black. Um, all right. So next up, speaking of Hollywood people, Lou Breeze. He's the Weasley
Don
like
Polito.
yeah. He's in a lot of Conan movies, right?
Yes, he's such a great actor. May he rest in peace.
Oh, he's dead. That sucks.
No, that's our studio head, right?
No, he's what was the story? He was like his family like founded the studio and then they got bought out or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy. Okay.
Yeah. And then he's basically just like his like Lipnick's assistant who's like gets like bullied by him. But like it seems I mean, we were talking about earlier, it seems like the type who gets like fired whenever Lipnick gets mad, but then he just rehires him later because he's so reliable.
When Lipnick tells his story, Lou's story to Barton, he kind of phrases it in a way that's very supposed to be sympathetic. Like the idea is that Lipnick took over the studio, kind of axed out everyone else, and then like
Yeah, he's a
Lou
legacy hire
got more
essentially.
involved. Yeah, and it almost comes across as like, oh well, I feel bad for him, so I keep him around. But I feel like what actually it is probably that Lou is the one running half of the stuff.
That goes back to my theory that he'd sabotage Barton. Whatever. I don't really. It's just a silly theory I have. There's like I said, it's just kind of he seems like the type to do it. But yeah, he's kind of a weaselly little character, and like it's funny. Like throughout the film, whenever he criticizes Barton, Lipnick like freaks out at him for like criticizing him, and like that comes to like an ultimate head when he like tells him to kiss his feet, and then he doesn't, and then like Lou gets down or Lipnick gets down and does it himself. That was a funny scene. I wonder what was going through Barton's head at this during this because there was all that chaos, and literally this was the day after he Audrey's body was found in his bed. So like he was.
Well, I think one of the really funny things to me, and I think this is something we could tie back to theme. Actually, I'll talk about that when we get to Lipnick because I think Lipnick is kind of the big guy to represent the Hollywood like faction.
Yeah, and I mentioned that earlier, but yes, I agree.
Oh, I just need to say one thing for my brothers if they ever listen to this, especially my oldest brother. Mr. Gideon, you're not paying attention. Thank you.
Who should we do next? I guess we can do Chet next. We kind of talked about him a little
Chet,
bit
my
earlier.
name's Chet.
he's
Chet.
It's what's his name? Steve Buscemi plays him. I love Steve Buscemi. Such a
He's just a bellhop who wants to do his job.
But his name is Chet,
which is a really funny name. I didn't know anyone named Chet until Chet Hanks.
It feels like the idea is the reason he's here is because he's kind of like weirdly like socially awkward.
Well, Art has a theory that we'll go on later.
Steve Buscemi had also appeared in Miller's Crossing.
Okay. Steve Buscemi is such a fun like. What would you say? He's a B-list or C-list actor?
I'd say he's a character actor.
Character actor?
Yeah, I think it depends on.
Yeah, I was saying, but like his level of fame, do you think it's B or C?
I think it's B.
I can see that.
I think there's more people that know him than a lot of other actors I'd consider. Like, I think more people know Steve Buscemi than Tom Holland.
No. Spider-Man's too big.
Well, maybe not now.
Well, what do you mean? Spider-Man was his breakout role, so.
No. But
Buscemi's also got the Tarantino connection.
Yeah, Buscemi. He does work with Tarantino a lot, doesn't he?
He's also in almost every Adam Sandler movie.
Yes, he's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies. But I'm just saying, like, Tom Holland's a lot more high-profile roles. Like he did.
Who?
Tom Holland. Spider-Man.
The director of Child's Play.
The Odyssey.
What?
What? No, never.
I'm just making shit up.
What?
Yeah, I know. Can you believe we tolerate this guy, chat?
Tom Holland, the little kid from The Impossible.
Anyway, but yeah, Chet. I enjoyed Chet.
Chet.
Chet. that was the scene that kind of won me over on this
Yeah,
film because I was
he's kind of he's not really a character as much, but you remember him just because of that scene, right?
I mean,
Correct. Because his name is Chet.
there's a lot of character in his very brief amount of screen time. Like Steve Buscemi's able to put a lot his stamp on it, despite him only having a couple lines and a couple scenes. But
Well, this was a year before his like proper breakout role.
Gotcha. But what was I gonna say? Also 10 years before he was a firefighter in 9/11. But
True.
For his introduction, that was kind of the scene that kind of got me invested into the film because, like, you know, it's not with any film that you're not familiar with, it's you kind of like you're waiting to kind of get invested. That was his introduction is what got me invested in the film. Like, okay, that was a cool scene. I think I'm gonna like this film because like when he was in New York, it was just kind of like I get what they were going for, but none of it was particularly interesting. And this is where like the film piqued my interest with his introduction when he did like the whole Chet joke was really funny. And
Yeah.
luckily it was really early on in the film, so I was invested from nearly the get go. So all right, who should we do next? All right, we kind of got all the minor characters out of the way, except for two, but I'm saving them because they're kind of relevant to a later discussion. So we'll put a pause on them. I guess we'll do. Do you guys want to do? All right, we'll do WP Bill Mayhew next. So we kind of touched upon him earlier. He's like a Hemingway, Faulkner type of writer. Kind of like the manly literary type. It's a very interesting combo. But have anything else to say about his character other than he's kind of like a kind of a foil to Barton Fink and a kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference to authors of the past?
Yeah, I think Chet's just kind of there. He's just here along for the ride.
What?
We're talking about Mayhew now.
Yeah. Oh, Mayhew? Oh, I think Mayhew is.
Are you playing Civ again?
I was.
Yeah, there it is.
By the way, the turn finally ended because Dake finally ended his turn.
Oh my god.
No, it was Arkham actually. But Mayhew I found actually really interesting because while he's a foil, I also think he's kind of represented. Well, because the thing about it is you got to remember it from Barnes' perspective. Barnes used to theater, which is a lot more of a posh, especially in this era, a much more posh, upper class sort of.
Yeah, but that's how
art.
Mayhew got its start. So he already respects Mayhew if that's where you're going.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not where. Okay, so Mayhew is very much a Hollywood guy in the fact that he is kind of dirty and tainted basically by his own alcoholism. And the question you have to ask is, was he always that way, or
did
he become that way? Did the tragedy change him, or did he become that way after he came out to Hollywood?
Or is it a mix of both? Yeah, it's because I mean, like,
Yeah,
I like to believe like Audrey Taylor did see something in him. Like she didn't seem like the ditzy type of woman, right? So like she does. I feel
he
like
also doesn't come across as a gold digger, really.
I think she did see like a lot of potential in him, and then that's why she kept sticking with him through the abuse. Is because she does think he's a very sophisticated soul, so to speak. But like, it's not. She's also kind of like in pain because she seeks satisfaction from Barton. I guess that's the way you can phrase that. Because things escalate very quickly between those two characters. So I guess we can just
I-
get into Audrey
I
Taylor
would
now, unless
say,
either you guys have more to say about Mayhew.
well, Art, do you have anything else to say about Mayu? I found him interesting, but I don't feel like there's that much to say other than, yeah, he is a foil.
And a reference to certain real world literary types, mainly Faulkner and Hemingway.
Oh, actually thinking on, he is also kind of a, he's kind of a, I do think he's not only just a foil, but he is a window into Barton's future almost.
I agree. He's kind of like foreshadowing of the road Barton's going to go down, and like he basically like you guys said earlier, Barton ends up getting the same fate that Mayhew gets, is basically writing things that never get produced.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, it's you know what's interesting though, as far as actually this is a way to tie. I have some things to say when we get into the woman's
Audrey Taylor.
the woman, what's her name's role?
Audrey Taylor.
Actually, yeah, Audrey Taylor. I think we should just get right into her.
But before we do that, John Mahoney is the actor who plays him, and he was in Frasier.
What's that?
You don't wait? Have you never heard of Frasier?
Is that the one that? No, that's Fringe. Is that the one in Philadelphia?
You think if It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Probably. No. I don't watch these types of shows, so.
Frasier is a spin-off of Cheers.
What's Cheers?
Are you fucking with me?
I think no. Well, I've heard of Cheers. I don't actually know what it is, so.
Where everybody knows your name. Like, yeah, like.
I don't know what that is. No.
It's the theme song, Cheers. Where everybody knows your name.
I've never heard of this. Well, no, I mean I've heard of this, but I've never seen this. I've never heard of what it is actually. Yeah, you're not helping. You're making it more confusing. Okay, so I guess this is a gay porn?
No, it's a Boston. It's a comedy about a bar in Boston. Everyone, like, it's just a bunch of bar flies, and the whole show takes place in the bar, and they just like kind of just like talk about their life and like do gags and skits. And
okay, yeah, not my type of show. I don't really watch that type of
it's
stuff.
Really funny. Much. I'm pretty sure it's Art's favorite show of all time. He can verify that when he gets back. But it's also like the show where when even like the one character walks in, everyone goes Norm. Woody Harrelson got a start in Cheers. Apparently, this guy was in Frasier, which was the spinoff. Frasier was one of the characters in Cheers.
Correct.
Yeah. Art Rangi's never heard of Frasier or Cheers.
Well, I've heard of Cheers, and I think I've heard the name Frasier, but I've never known what either is about because I've never watched any of it. From what I understand, it's just not my type of stuff. I don't really like contemporary comedy, drama, whatever that stuff is.
The sitcoms. Cheers is the greatest television show ever made.
Well, I was right.
Okay.
I said.
How many dragons are slain in it?
0.
And there we go. We've proven that objectively it's not as good as other shows.
The only show I can think of off the top of my head with dragons in it, it's Game of Thrones, which is
it started off really good.
Not like.
I'm memeing, so look, I'm honestly just not interested in like contemporary stuff like that, you know?
Just say the word sitcoms.
Okay, sitcoms. I'm not interested in sitcoms.
There you go.
I like to watch cool stuff. I'm sorry.
Fun facts for the sitcom nerds out there. John Mahoney was also in an episode of Cheers.
Well, he was in Frasier, right?
Yeah, he plays Fraser's dad, but he's also in an episode of Cheers not playing Fraser's dad.
That's where I'd recognized him because I've seen a handful of episodes of Frasier. So Frasier's dad. That's right.
Yeah, he plays Martin. Yeah.
He just looks a little different because I'm used to him playing that like blue collar type in that show where he's like all
Yes.
dressed up and posh. In this, he's the type of he's the type of guy Frasier wishes was his dad.
Yes.
Ah.
Something interesting about John Mahoney too, given his accent, is his English.
And we all know your thoughts on the English. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Art has a very love-hate relationship with his country.
When's the
I
last
think
part
it's
coming?
usually one.
But yes. We can get. Do you have anything to say about Mayhew before we get into Audrey Taylor?
I assume he's covered everything.
Pretty much.
Mainly the Jane
Yeah.
King.
All right, let's get into Audrey Taylor. All right, Rangi, you said.
I'm sure you would like to do that. Yes.
Yeah. So what my theory about Audrey Taylor is, I think Mayhew was absolutely like the right, like an actual like genuine creative. I think the problem is he faced basically what Barton faced, and he's only got published movies and stuff essentially by following what Audrey Taylor does. Because think about it, Audrey is just like, no, it's just a formula. You don't have to worry about it. Basically, it's the idea of, and this is the thing.
She wrote some of his books too, which are higher art.
Yeah, part of me is wondering if the idea isn't that she kind of weaseled her way in, though, because he's been a published author forever, and that's probably where he takes a lot of pride. And my theory of what happened is he probably got to Hollywood, and then he got into the position Barton kind of gets into at the end of the movie.
The problem is she took over making his stuff before he went to Hollywood.
Yeah.
She did his.
She said it was the last 2 books of his.
Yeah, but the impression I got was he hasn't written since he's gotten to Hollywood. He's just a drunk. And then before he moved to Hollywood, or he was in that transition phase where I think she met him right after the tragedy, and he was basically starting to drink, and then he couldn't get it going again, so then she started writing for him, and then she kind of like followed him to Hollywood. That's the interpretation I got. And then Art's interpretation is that like Mayhew never wrote anything, right? It was the woman before him wrote the stuff for him. Is that what your theory was, Art?
That's a theory. I didn't say it's my main theory. Okay. I think he probably did write the first 2 books.
He definitely gave me less of a hack vibe than Barton. I think the type of character he gave me the vibes of is a has-been. I think he had it at one point, whereas I don't know if Barton ever had it.
Like you said, I don't think she would have hooked up with him if there hadn't been something there.
Yeah, like she saw something in him, and I think it's basically just buried deep down. He's that type of character. It's like he's lost that spark he once had.
Well, she almost comes across to me as an enabler, like a natural enabler, you know?
Yeah, there is a little of that too.
There is some of that. Because like she downplays it and allows him to kind of go on those drunken rampages.
Well, but even with Barton, like her thought isn't, oh, okay, well, maybe we should need to get you into another environment. Maybe we need to get you to, okay, think about this, think about that. It's almost like she's just like, just follow the formula. And like Barton wants to be creative, and yeah, he's a hack, but he does want to be creative. I feel like he just needs somebody to say, hey, dumbass, go out and actually interact with like normal people.
Let's see if she's anything I've seen.
She did, but I hope she's been in stuff we've seen, otherwise I'm gonna beat you to death. Bye.
I'm looking.
Well, while you're looking, I'm going to finish this turnout. Also, apparently, I went to war.
Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see anything else I've seen her in.
Make lunch? No, nothing.
No. Let's see. Judy Davis filmography.
I will tell you that in the Australian version of the Academy Award, she's the most rewarded actor of all time, with 9 actor awards.
No, I think it's just the first thing I've ever seen her in.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen her in anything else. She's very pretty.
And she comes from a country that doesn't exist.
What country? Yugoslavia?
Australia.
Oh. I think you meant an actual country that doesn't exist.
I do mean an actual country that doesn't exist. What are you doing? What are you saying?
Australia's real art. But it's real.
Iron's been compromised. Yeah, I've got to.
So like, yeah, right. A place where everyone stands upside down. Bullshit. But
It is bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. Brandon, back me up.
Well, I mean, can we consider them? Can we consider them people?
That's also a good point.
All right. But yeah, so Audrey Taylor.
Iron. They're descended from convicts.
So are Georgians.
Yeah, and we don't consider them people either.
Which Georgians?
Both.
Raises ancestors.
I mean, that is true, actually.
But anything else to say about Judy Garland?
Judy Garland.
Oh wait, no, that's not the actress that plays the chick from Wizard of Oz, Dorothy.
Well, it's interesting because
that's who Judy Garland is, right? The chick from Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
yeah, she plays Dorothy.
Yeah.
I was a bit lost when he wakes up and she was dead, and the idea is that what's his name, Charlie, kills her.
Well, it's not the idea. It's just what happened.
Yeah, it is what happened. Yeah. I was always confused, like, well, how did he do that? But also, well, outside of that,
he could. I mean, he could have drugged the alcohol he gave him.
There's another way he could have done it.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We call that foreshadowing.
Yeah. But I think the face value of it, it's like you don't get into more out there theories. I think it's just he drugged him and then killed her while he was sleeping, because like he would give him like alcohol and he could have spiked the alcohol. But what was I gonna say? I mean, when I was watching this film, I'm like, there's only 2 explanations here. Either John Goodman's character killed her, or Barton
That's
Fink.
one powerful mosquito.
Yes. It came straight from the jungles of Africa. But either John Goodman's character killed her, or Barton Fink is a schizo, and this is like us finding out he's a schizo. So I'm like, all right, those are the only 2 options, and end up being it was John Goodman.
Yeah, there's a clear sequence of events. Goodman spiked the drinks, Barton spiked Audrey, then Charlie spiked Audrey in a different way.
Yeah. Ayo.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that's how you're supposed to perceive it, but Art's got a different theory that we'll get to shortly. We're saving it for the end of the stream because it's fun. But yeah, I guess we can do Lipnick, and then we can go into Charlie.
Yes, that makes sense.
All right. Lipnick. He was fun. I really enjoy his character. He's just
We
like,
got an Academy Award nomination for this movie.
that's awesome. He also looks like my one friend and how I imagine him in 30 years. So that's fun. Um, this is a comment just for me. But yeah, I think he probably the best performance in the movie. There was a lot of good performances in this movie, but I think Michael Lerner as Jack Lipnick was the best performance.
I do not agree, but he is very good in the movie.
I think look, even if you don't agree, that's a fair take.
I think Lipnick is really entertaining and really fun whenever he's on screen. I wouldn't call him the best performance.
Hey, I'm allowed to have my opinion. That I thought he gave
No,
the
you
best
aren't.
performance. In my opinion,
You specifically are not odd.
All right, who did you guys think gave the best performance? Rangi, you go first.
Goodman.
Goodman definitely. Yeah.
Goodman was number 2 for me. Well, aren't you also biased because he's in your top 5 actors?
Yeah, but this movie is one of the reasons he became one of my top 5 actors.
Fair enough. But yeah, Jack Lipnick, I think he stole every scene he was in. His over the top performance keeps you really engaged. He's like basically, I think, the gold standard for the Hollywood Jewish like exec type. I think like that he set the bar for like what that stereotype is, and I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better example.
I fucking love it at the end when he's in the military outfit.
Yes, Colonel.
He's like, I signed up. Well, it hasn't gone through yet. I made the order, but the guy's not this up for me.
Colonel Lipnick. I have a picture of that.
Good.
I'm pulling it up. Let's see, Art. I thought ahead. I knew you'd bring that up, so I pulled up a picture. Colonel Lipnick.
I mean, it was really funny. He's like still standing there. He's in the uniform.
Yeah.
But he's still like acting like it's business as usual for a lot of it.
It's a war.
I think there's something kind of interesting, which is that when he turns down Barton's script, because you said earlier that it's because it's like aspiring to be more than a B picture, which is true.
Yeah.
But I think it also speaks to the fact that Barton keeps saying he's going to write for the common man, and when Lipnick hears this script, he makes B pictures which appeal to the common man. He's like, this isn't gonna.
Okay,
he's not gonna care.
Yeah. This is what I was kind of sitting and thinking. Like, yeah, so it's really interesting because this can kind of tie into Lipnick is just expecting this to be like a
Rocky type of movie.
Yeah, well, not even a Rocky type. Rocky has a lot more going for it.
Well, no.
If you know what I
mean. Well, yeah, but I'm saying that like the meat and potatoes of it, like being an underdog story that appeals to the common man, like Rocky is the type of movie he probably had envisioned, like when he's like this big epic like underdog like common man story, and then he gives him this like this like posh hoity-toity shit that like that LARPs as a story celebrating the common man. He's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is not what I hired you for.
Well, it's interesting too, right? Because it is also like Barton got so many opportunities from the guy before the other guy, the producer guy who gets fired.
Yeah, Ben Geisler.
Who like almost like specifically directed him to like, hey, how about you check out some of these other wrestling films? And you had the woman too who was like, no, it's a formula. You just follow the formula. Like, he gets presented with it so many times, and then Lipnick is the only one to just go outright and say it. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You want to perform. Yeah, because it's like you want to perform for the common man. Okay, the common man is coming off of like an 8 to 10 hour shift. He doesn't want to have to think about the media he's producing
Yeah, he's like,
or he's
yeah, he's like, you don't
engaging with.
people. It's like people don't want to like watch like a like pretentious like inner struggle. Like that's like not what the audience is in for. He's like, and then I like how he clarifies like, well, maybe a little bit for the critics, but like, it's like I did like that
Oh,
line.
yeah, yeah, I did like that, but it is very much kind of hitting the nail on the head there. It's like, look, the common
It's
man
not gonna
doesn't
be
want to have to
exactly.
have some like Broadway play, which is basically what he probably
You know
gave
what's funny,
because
Rangi? That's kind of like it's almost like a criticism of this own film, right? Like of like the film of Barton Fink is not for the common man. Like this is not a
I
popcorn
think that's on
blockbuster.
purpose though.
What?
I think that's on
I
purpose.
oh I agree. I wasn't saying it wasn't. I'm just saying that it is kind of what this film is, right?
Yeah.
It's a kind of artsy film that like um that is not going to appeal to the common man because it's kind of it's trying to say something and it's not doesn't have a lot of the conventional hallmarks of uh a popcorn blockbuster. But funny enough, the same way how like he says like you want to throw in a little bit of that stuff for the critics, this film threw in a little bit of like the popcorny stuff for the general audiences. So it's kind of like
Oh yeah.
it's kind of the reverse situation there, which is fun. Because like here's the thing, I really enjoy this movie, but like I was sometimes when we watch these films that we review, I sometimes I watch them with my parents, sometimes I don't. I just end up watching this one myself because I didn't know this would be the type of film my parents would like, and honestly, I still don't. I like it's kind of like on the fence for me. If like I wonder if they would have liked this if I showed it to them.
Oh yeah. Well, it's interesting, right? Because I know my mom, at least, so my mother has like very particular taste.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of stuff we watch, and also she's a workaholic. So a lot of what it's funny, right? Because I almost feel like I understand very much the idea of like uh, film for the common man. Like the common man, even the common person who has like a higher level job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, do you really want to have to sit there and there's an idea of sort of like mental stress and mental like if you work in a if you work as both either the common man or as like somebody who works in a more mentally kind of frustrating job, I can understand somebody being like, no, I just want something I can turn on.
Yeah. I mean, like, sometimes, like, that's absolutely, like, after, like, a long day of work, like, this is not the film I would normally pick. I mean, I didn't end up watching it on a work day. I watched it over the weekend. But, like, um, if, like, this is, like, I enjoy this film, but, if, like, this is not exactly, like, just kind of, like, kick back and relax film. Like, I would put something like, I don't know, like, The Other Guys or, like, Transformers or like something like that, where it's like it's not exactly high art, but it's just kind of you can just kind of just like
Yeah.
sit back, relax, and just enjoy the comedy slash
Well,
action.
oh, what's interesting is Lipnick going back to his character.
Mm.
He seems to kind of represent that. He knows exactly what he's making. He
Yeah,
knows
he knows
he
what sells.
well, but he also knows kind of how to uptalk the artist who might be a little bit more pretentious and be like, look, well, obviously we don't make B films here at Canon. Or what was it?
B films.
Was it Canon?
It's Capital
Uh,
Pictures.
Capital Pictures. Wait, was Canon a real company? Is that why I thought of it?
Yeah, Canon was ironically a B movie picture company in the 80s.
Yeah. So,
Oh no, that made a lot of like the big 80s action movies, if I remember.
They
right.
made they made a lot of Chuck Norris movies and stuff like that.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Your
Okay.
They
character.
also very famously made the original He-Man movie and Superman 4.
Okay. But
Well,
Rangi, your guy, you're in the thumbnail. You're holding up the Capital Pictures logo.
yeah, but this is the thing. Like, it's like, look, he knows for a fact. Like, look, there's also actually, there's something else here with Barton Fink. Has Barton? It's almost implied has only made like one successful film
No,
or
play.
one play. Like
Yeah, that was his
it
breakout
feels like he
success.
wants to. This is another reason I think he's a hack. It almost feels like he's trying to like skip the line.
Well, he had one successful thing, and now he like thinks he's all that. Like he let the success go to his head immediately.
Yeah, it's kind of a typical Hollywood thing.
Yeah, even though he thinks he's too good for Hollywood, he fits right in a kind of roundabout way. Like
that's the most unrealistic part.
What?
Of the movie, he fails and gets punished for it. He doesn't get moved up the chain.
Well, funny enough, like it's actually his punishment is to make more stuff, so it kind of is
Yeah,
the same thing.
No, golden handcuffs, basically.
He doesn't get to make more stuff. They say he can write what he wants, but they're never going to make any of it.
Well, he can write what he wants. They're going to own it, but you don't. But we're never going to produce it.
But
so it is golden handcuffs.
He's getting paid to write, and like he's getting paid to do his job, but he can't go anywhere else, and he can't actually get anything made. How long do they have his contract for?
Probably years.
Not for that long, I don't think, because the idea behind him going was that he could make some money and come back and make plays. I'm going to say probably 1 or 2 years.
Okay, so I guess he's just basically stuck in limbo for the next like 2 years.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
but it is literally basically like anything you write in you can't even start your next project with the idea of starting your next project.
Oh yeah, because anything he writes is property of Capitol Pictures until his contract expires.
Yeah, if they can prove at least a notion, they might take him to court, and he doesn't have the money to fight that.
Yeah, I mean maybe someone like Mayhew could win because he's probably pretty well off, but like someone like Barton Fink is absolutely going to lose a legal battle.
But Mayhew would probably just not bother fighting because he's almost like
he just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Broken.
Yeah. But so that leaves we're Charlie Meadows. Good old Charlie Meadows. So let's pull up our good old boy Charlie Meadows.
Okay, good. We're getting into the
good.
One of my favorite characters in the movie.
Good man.
No, it's funny. It was really funny because
actually, before
I feel like I could feel Art's smirk when I was like, "Oh, Charlie, he seems like a really good friend."
Before we get into Charlie Meadows, I actually do want to. What else was Michael Lerner in? He was in X-Men: Days of Future Past. Who was he in that?
The guy that looked like Michael Lerner. Nailed it.
Who was Michael Lerner in this film?
Michael Lerner is actually probably never one of the best actors in the movie, to be honest. Like
he is.
He's also an elf.
Oh yeah, he plays one of the elves, right? Like the old elf that He's
also in He's also in Maniac Cop 2.
He's Senator Brickman in X-Men: Days of Future Past.
He's also one of the characters in the '98 Godzilla movie that was made to make fun of Siskel and Ebert. Do you know about this?
No.
When Roland Emmerich made his '98,
I remember that. Movie. No, I know that. I know this movie. I actually. I wouldn't say I like it, but I would say
it's a piece of shit.
Oh, Michael Lerner just died.
I think it's really entertaining. I don't think it's good.
But Siskel and Ebert had given bad reviews to Roland Emmerich's previous movies, so he put 2 characters in the movie that are based on them to basically shit on them and make fun of them. But when Siskel and Ebert reviewed the movie, they were like, "Yeah, he put us in the movie to kill us off. He put us in the giant monster movie, and he didn't kill us. Is he an idiot?" Like if you're gonna make fun of us in your Godzilla movie, you could at least kill us off. That would make your point a little bit more.
Um, Michael Lerner in Elf, he wasn't one of the elves. I got him confused with a different actor, and he actually plays like this the same type of role as he does as Lipnick. He's the executive at the place that Will Ferrell's dad works at. So like he's his dad's boss, and so I think they're a toy company if I remember correctly, but which seems on brand for the movie. But yeah, he plays the Jack Lipnick kind of like kind of greedy, eccentric corporate type. Anyway, back to Charlie Meadows.
Yep, Charlie Meadows was the best character in the film.
I think it's
Correct.
He was my second favorite, but I do not fault you guys for picking him. He's the obvious choice. But yeah, he was a lot of fun. His interactions with Barton are one of the highlights of the film for sure. And I just like how much foreshadowing there is in all his conversations with Barton.
The Coens also cast him against type to sort of trick people.
What?
The Coens cast him against type to trick people.
Which definitely worked.
Yeah, because at this point, Jean Gabin was mainly known as Dan Connor from Roseanne.
Oh, like kind of the friendly type.
Well, he's like the America's dad.
So like everyone was expecting him to kind of be that in this film again.
And he kind of is pretending to be that too. So
yeah, he starts off that way and then it slowly falls away.
But that's what I was gonna get at. I don't know if he's pretending per se. I don't know if pretending's the right word. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I do know what you mean, but like that, what I mean is that's the presentation and that's the surface level.
Again, I don't know if that's the right term because like I don't think he disbelieves what he's saying here. I just think there's a lot more. I think there's just more to him. Like I think this is just one aspect of his personality. I wouldn't necessarily say it's surface level because I think this part of his personality does go down pretty deep on his views of the world. I just think it's you're only seeing one piece of the puzzle that is Charlie Meadows, or ultimately Mad Dog Munt. That's a great serial killer name.
Well, oh yeah, and then this might be a good time for us to actually talk about that twist too.
Yeah, that twist, like I was sort of expecting it because, like I said, I had two.
I was expecting it the moment he got presented with the dead body, and he wasn't like immediately like.
Well, he throws up. Was his initial reaction?
Yeah, but that made me more suspicious because I'm like, no. I don't feel like you would have done that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but
I feel like you would have freaked out and be like, okay, well, we have to go to the police. You didn't do okay. If you did do that,
he does seem like the type that like I don't know if I want to go with the cops. Like it's like that's messy. Like I think like I don't know necessarily that like even if he wasn't a serial killer, like he seems like to be the type that maybe not go to the cops because like like he's like he presents himself as a very like world weary guy. So he's kind of jaded
a bit. I mean, he's like he's presenting himself as a traveling salesman, basically.
Yes, exactly. And I like how he sells life insurance as a serial killer. That's so fucking funny.
That is funny.
He's creating his own like business essentially because like of all these murders in town, you never know when you're gonna go. You better get life insurance. he's driving up business. I love it. But yeah, because like I said, I think he's kind of the opposite of Barton. Like Barton doesn't care about anyone but himself, whereas Charlie cares so much about people he's willing to like kill them to put them out of their misery. Like it's a very perverted sense of compassion. Know what I mean? Like, I think he truly believes, like, he's just trying to make the world a better place, but, like, he's obviously fucking fucked up in the head. Or Art has a theory.
I don't believe I don't believe that because of my theory.
Yeah. But if you don't take into account Art's theory, I think that's what they're going for with this character. But I do like Art's theory.
I don't.
Art's theory is very fun.
Mhm.
But all right, who wants to...
Actually, are we waiting for a specific section to talk about Art's theory?
I was gonna wait until we finish all the things, like after we talk about the resolution, because Art's theory kind of completely flips the movie on its head. So I want to get through the film as presented first.
Okay, then we can continue on.
Well, does Art want to say anything about Charlie / Munt? That doesn't involve
Is it-
theory.
Oh, jeez, let me think. He is an infinitely fascinating character
Yeah.
because he
He
is
is.
like the oh shucks kind of down to earth guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then the
He
end happens.
definitely
Hell, Hitler.
Well,
But even when the end happens, he's still that guy.
Yeah.
well, when
He's
he
like, "Oh,
says
jeez, it's
when
so
he
hot
says
in
the
here."
Hail Hitler, remember he's saying that to the guy who earlier mentioned how this hotel isn't restricted after he learns Fink is a Jewish name.
Yeah.
So he's saying it to that specific person who has that specific belief. It almost feels like he's a serial killer that kind of like hones in on what people already believe or buy into.
Maybe.
One of my favorite moments is when he's showing him the wrestling moves.
Oh yeah, and then later.
And he knocks him on the
Yeah.
ground. He keeps saying like, "Oh, what were they thinking? You're out of your weight class."
Yeah. And then like later he's like, "Did you guys have sex?" He's like, "No, we just wrestled." He's like, "Barton,
Oh,
you
yeah.
sick fuck." That was funny. That made me laugh out loud. But yeah, those I guess we can bring up Detective Mastrani and Detective Douche. The one guy's name is Detective Douche, which is funny.
Wait, was that actually his name?
Yeah, Detective Douche.
No, Deutsch.
It's Douche.
Deutsch.
Douche.
No, let's be honest. Though, they probably made it that with that in mind. With that,
Oh, it's one letter off. So at least
There's
one
quite a
letter.
few letters off.
Okay, it's
Do
one
you not
letter
know how
off
to
in
spell
pronunciation.
This-
You took-
Douche is spelled Douche, and this is Deutsch.
if you take the T out, it's just douche.
If you take the T out of your name, you're a douche. Nailed it.
Anyway, it's one letter phonetically off from being douche.
There you go. You saved it.
But yeah, so I call him Detective Douche, and the other guy's Detective Mastronati, which is like, I'm pretty sure it's an Italian and a German, right?
Seems
And-
like it based on the names.
Yeah, and the which is what to Rangi's theory, it's an Italian and a German, like the Axis powers during the 40s. Did fucking Rangi disappear again?
I'm here. No. Yeah, the Italian and the German. Well, no, the detective. Like I said, I feel like it's very pointed that. I think it's very pointed that the guy says "Hail Hitler" to guy who at least was part one. I remember one of the cops
Well, it's
basically implied he didn't like Jews.
well, they probably both don't. Like I said, they're basically they pick two detectives that represent the two European Axis power nations.
The
And,
guy,
and the guy he
the
shot
guy who
was the
act-
German and said "Hail
the
Hitler."
guy the first cop to get shot is the one who says, "I thought this place was restricted."
Okay.
Oh,
But then he
okay.
says, but the other cop doesn't call him out on it, so it's probably.
Well, yeah, the other
yeah.
cop is totally in on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he agrees with him.
And then he says "Hail Hitler" to the German, and then shoots him.
Well, both of them also just really were against Think from the beginning.
Also, am I gonna get the stream like struck because I keep quoting that?
I probably would stop doing so.
Like I'm literally just quoting the movie. It's like, wait a minute, YouTube doesn't do context.
I was gonna say, yeah, I might strike you just because you've said it so many times now.
Yeah, all right. I won't say it again. But he says that to the
Then
German
again,
detective.
we're not monetized, so
Yeah,
maybe
but
maybe
getting struck has nothing to do with monetization. You get struck 3 times, your channel gets deleted.
I think you get struck easier if you have monetization.
You do, but
if
you can
don't.
still get struck as a non-monetized channel.
That's true.
So, yeah. Well, anyway, hopefully saying it, quoting a movie a few times does not get us struck. Because, like, I also wonder if, like, my family was hearing me say that over and over again, and they no idea what the context is. Yeah. See, we somehow.
Don't worry, we'll let them know where your sympathies lie.
Well, you were entirely heartfelt with what you were saying in this stream.
I did it because I said it because I liked it. God damn it, I loved it. I love that Punisher scene. Speaking of Punisher, we'll be speaking about him again very soon.
Yay.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think.
Don't remind me.
I think that's probably going to be another debate. Because I think I'm assuming Astro is going to be more positive on it, and then you and Art.
I don't know. I don't know what Astro's opinion is yet. I haven't seen.
He generally tends to be a bit more positive on these type of comic book films.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I disagree with him on a few comics things. So.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler. I think Spider-Man: Brand New Day is mid. I think it's an enjoyable movie, but like the plot doesn't really hold up if you think about it too hard. But like,
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shush.
Well,
Let's continue. Barton Fink.
I didn't say anything that spoils anything.
That's great. Let's continue with Barton Fink.
I'm gonna shoot you in the head like he did to that officer. All right. Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say about Charlie?
Yeah,
Meadows?
that is good. You're gonna give Rangi a shot in the mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway, do anything else you want to say about Charlie? We were just wrestling, Art. Anything else you want to say about Charlie Meadows and Mad Dog Month without your theory?
It's difficult without mentioning my theory.
All right, we'll put a pin in it then because we're gonna talk about that again later. But Barton Fink, the man, the titular character. Take it away. Who wants to take it away?
Okay. So initially, at the beginning of my first viewing of my initial viewing of the film, I was like, "Oh, okay, I kind of like this guy, even though I think he is kind of like still weird and artsy and whatever."
He's basically if Brian Griffin was a person.
He is, but like at the beginning, it's at least there's something where you can be like, okay, well, he has the right idea. I just don't think he actually understands what he's asking to do. And it's also very clear at the way they frame it at the beginning. It's like, oh yeah, he doesn't really care about the critics. He wants to make theater for the common people. And then you get that scene with the agent where it's like, no, he still has an ego and he still kind of cares about that. I think that could still work while still being like, generally he has this belief, but this and this. The thing is, as the movie goes on, and like I said, with Barton, the thing about it is he has this idea like, oh, he has no inspiration. He can't think of any new ideas. You know what he doesn't do? He doesn't go out and talk to common people.
Yeah.
At all. Like I said, dude, you want to go to the neighborhood bar
where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
Well, no, but everyone can eventually know your name. Go to the neighborhood bar and just ask like a couple of people like
it's a Cheers reference.
Okay. But go to your local bar and just like ask people like, hey, how are you? My name's Barton. Yeah, I'm new in town. I'm a writer. Hey, this is a weird question. What so like, and then just like followed up with like questions that might like be like, hey, is there anything interesting you feel like happens in your line of work? What is your line of work?
There's an even simpler way to do it. He could just go to a bar with a notebook and jot down phrases people say. That would be a nice start.
That's true too. But he doesn't do anything. What he's doing is he's sitting there stewing in his hotel room. And normal people don't just sit in their hotel room or their house all day, every day, especially in this era.
True, that's true. That's actually
Especially in
accurate.
this era, because you didn't have the same like methods of entertainment in like the 40s or the 50s
the
or even
radio.
the
Play,
70s.
watch a movie, beat a vagrant. Very different forms of entertainment.
Yeah. Well, but
Read a
also
book,
because
watch a movie, listen to the radio.
it is the 50s, and they do have like I'm sorry, like he's
40s.
just
Yes,
or
40s.
yeah, the 40s. Like he's not going out and meeting people. He's not going out to like even hobby clubs. He's not even going out to maybe the local union building or something, because it is LA. Like there probably are. I wouldn't shock me if there's like a laborers union. He's not going out. He's not talking to people. He's just sitting in his room stewing.
Yeah, he's kind of full of shit in a lot
He
of
is.
ways.
Absolutely. And that's kind of the thing. My favorite line in the movie was, you're a tourist with a typewriter.
Yeah, that's a very good line.
Yeah, that might be my favorite line too.
Just go to war. Fuck.
Although I do love the fucking line with at the USO and he points to his head and goes, "This is my uniform."
Yeah, that's a good one too.
So fucking.
Oh, that doesn't help either, because this is like literally like right around where Pearl Harbor is gonna happen or is happening, and he's just completely out of the loop on that too. Like this is like,
Wasn't it right after Pearl Harbor?
was it right after?
The dailies from the rest of the movie he watches are dated 2 days after Pearl Harbor, and that's what that USO party is. It's that they're all about to ship off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he's clearly out of the loop on that.
Well, he's been holed away in his room the whole time. Like I don't think he even knows.
Yeah, that's almost the point, though. It's like, how can you? Well, think about it like this too. This is actually something I remember from the Charlie conversation, because we were talking about the wrestling. He doesn't even know the basics of wrestling. How can you write a movie on wrestling without knowing the basics?
What do you mean?
You know?
Hollywood writers do it all the time.
But he's never even seen a Wallace Beery picture.
Dude, me and Rangi, surely you don't need to do that. We have Hollywood writers all the time write about topics they know nothing about and never read about, and it surely always works out, right?
Well,
we live in the era where Hollywood writers brag about never reading the source material that things they're writing about.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's all, but that's the thing too. I don't think somebody needs to be like an expert physician or something to write.
No, but you just need to have a general idea of how it all works. Like you have to understand it on like a conceptual level of like why it works the way it does.
I bet you two have never seen a Wallace Beery picture either.
Probably not. Unless it's one from the 1890s, then I've probably seen it.
No.
Then no. I've seen a lot of 1890s films. I've probably seen more 1890s films than you, Art.
No.
No, you're just not allowed to have.
But I did. I did want to make. Yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that the actor that he's writing a movie from is actually a real actor in real life.
Oh, okay. No, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
John Goodman. What's other than Roseanne? What's some other stuff he's in? He's in The Dude, or The Big
What?
Lebowski. The Big Lebowski.
Raising Arizona, Arachnophobia, Flight, Red State,
Dude, he looks. John
Oh Brother,
Goodman
What Art Thou?
looks so weird
I've
now.
even heard of at least one of those.
He's not fat anymore. It's just strange seeing him not fat anymore.
He's
Yeah,
in the
he
Flintstones
should be
movie.
banned from not being fat. We should force calories
Is
onto
he
him.
on Ozempic?
No, he just lost all the weight. He started
Yeah,
before.
I think that was before Ozempic.
Oh, he's in Sea of Love. That's a good
Oh,
one. He's in King Ralph.
he's in Monsters Inc. I've seen Monsters Inc.
He's in the Flintstones movie. He's in The Borrowers. He's in a movie where he plays Babe Ruth.
I know him from Monsters Inc. He plays Sully.
He does play Sully. He's also in Cars, technically.
Who's he playing Cars?
Sully.
Oh, you're right. You're right. At the cameos at the end.
Yes, he's in Argo.
He's in the B movie. Who's he playing the B movie?
Probably a bee of some kind. He's in Transformers: Age of Extinction. He's in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
He's in Princess and the Frog.
He's in Kong Skull Island.
He's in Hangover Part 3.
Here's a little interesting fact about John Goodman.
Oh, he's in the Hangover 1 too.
As far as I'm aware, he's the only actor to have played the President of the United States and the King of England. He played the President of the United States in The West Wing.
Did he play did he play Taft?
No, he played a fictional president in The West Wing.
Probably would have been a good pick for Taft back in the day.
And then he played the King of England in a movie called King Ralph. King Ralph's funny. I don't know if it's good, but it makes me laugh. Basically, the entire royal family gets wiped out.
Paul Giamatti has done it as well.
Where did he play the King of England?
He played King John in Ironclad 2011, and he played John Adams. The John Adams miniseries is pretty good. I recommend it. And then Nigel Hawthorne also did it. He played Martin Van Buren. And
no one cares about Martin Van Buren.
and King George. So there's 3 actors who've done it.
Oh, John Goodman did it best.
I don't know. I mean, Paul Giamatti was pretty good as John Adams.
Yeah, but John Goodman. I rest my case.
Paul Giamatti is also a legendary actor.
True, but he's no John Goodman.
No, but is he a good John Evilman?
Boo.
Good point.
Boo. Bad joke. Lame. All right. Anything else you want to say about Barton Fink?
Well, you haven't said anything about Barton Fink yet.
Oh, okay, I guess I covered most of what I wanted to say throughout the rest of the
yeah, we did all cover him through the whole show.
But I think Barton Fink is, like I said, he's kind of Brian Griffin before Brian Griffin, because this predates Family Guy. He's
I actually agree with that though.
Yeah, he's like a pseudo intellectual who like mouths off about things he doesn't really know or understand, and like he's found a modicum of success and has let it go to his head, and like I said, he's just Brian Griffin before Brian Griffin. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if because what's his name, Seth MacFarlane, even though he's not the most talented creative, he has at least watched a lot of like really high art, right? Like he's watched a lot of the classics, so he references a lot of like good media, even if it's his stuff isn't that good itself. And to be fair, the early seasons of Family Guy are actually pretty clever and funny, and then he just stopped giving a shit. By the early season, I mean like the first 3. Like it didn't have a very long run of being clever, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Seth MacFarlane based Brian Griffin at least partially on Barton Fink, because I think that would have been a film he would have seen. But yeah,
or at least by similar people that to who Barton Fink is clearly based off of.
Yeah, something along those lines. But yeah, we've kind of extensively gone over Barton Fink via conversations about everything else, so I don't have too much
This
more to
might
say.
be
Mm-hmm.
an interesting time to bring up the sequel that they might still have planned.
Oh, they're doing a legacy sequel?
Well, they've been talking about it for the last like 25 years.
Interesting.
They want to wait for Totoro to be old enough to do it. But one of the ideas
Well, you
that
gotta
they've been floating,
hope John Goodman doesn't die then. He's kind of getting old.
well, he might not be in it.
Oh.
Because the idea behind it is that they float around is that it's going to be set in like the mid to late 60s. And Barton Fink's teaching at a college because he left Hollywood after he ratted out all his friends to the House Un-Americans committee.
That's funny. But he would be old enough now because this movie was made 30 years ago, 35 years ago. So that would have put him in the mid to late 70s then for his character.
Yeah, I mean that was one idea that they talked about like 20 years ago. They might have changed it, they might have abandoned it. The comics aren't currently working together at the moment, so
I think it was more of a joke than like a serious.
they do seriously want to make the movie, but
Uh,
that plot might have been them playing around with ideas in public, basically.
yeah.
Because they haven't got a name for it. They're going to call it Old Think. They're sticking with characters for just a minute. There are actually, I'm going to say, 2.5 cameos in this movie.
Okay.
Their former cinematographer Barry Sonnenfeld plays the page that comes and gets Barton to meet his agent.
Okay.
Cameo 1. Frances McDormand. You don't know who that is, do you?
No.
Well, she's a 3-time Academy Award winner. She's in Fargo.
Never seen Fargo.
Why did you do this to me? She's in 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
What's Fargo?
Oh, I'm going to kill. It's a Coen Brothers movie. It's very good. Anyway, Frances McDormand is married to Joel Coen, and she plays the voice of the stage actress at the very beginning of the movie.
Okay.
Also, I have heard of Fargo. I'm fucking with you. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
And then the reason I said 2.5 cameos is because John Turturro also does the voiceover for the stage actor at the very beginning.
Okay. Interesting. But yeah, actually I guess should we go over the beach girl at the end of the movie now or should we wait for that? She's more of a she's not really a character, more of an idea. All right, we'll say that for the end.
Well, she's the Joker.
All right.
There's one interesting detail when in that scene though.
Yeah,
the last thing you see is a seagull diving into the water.
Yeah.
That was not planned.
Oh, really? It just happened?
It just happened, and as far as I'm aware, it wasn't just diving into the water. It fucking died.
Yeah, it seemed like it just died.
Yeah, it died and fell into the water. That was not planned.
That's freaky. Wow, that is really freaky. I mean, obviously they're keeping that. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be like, well, shit. I guess we can do something with this.
It's like fate. It's like you're going to have this in your movie. The universe is telling you something. All right, conflicts and plot. So this is the whole kind of like we were talking about in the theme section. Like it's kind of like the struggle of like a writer, right? Like it's basically like the story of George R. R. Martin's life about trying to get something onto a page.
Oh, when is he gonna do that?
Well, he just needs to find
Never.
Audrey Taylor.
Yeah, he does.
At this point, I don't even think his fans would care.
No, he just needs something. Anyway, I mean that's what all he does really. Anyway, he just basically writes through other people because like he just like tells them his ideas because he doesn't actually want to put the work in himself. He just wants to come up with ideas and have other people write for him, and then he gets mad when they don't do it exactly how he envisioned it. So it's like, well, if you want it to be exactly how you envisioned it, do it yourself, you fat fuck. Anyway, conflicts and
No,
plot.
but tell us how you really feel.
It's my favorite book series. I have a very love-hate relationship with that series.
I think your favorite book series should probably be one that's finished.
That's true. I agree.
Anyway, conflicts, plot. Anyone? There's a lot more of a. Well, I mean, there's two plot. There's two things. There's the internal struggle of him not being able to finish this, which kind of bleeds into what or start, yes. And so it kind of bleeds. It's like the SpongeBob thing where he spends all that time, all he writes is the word the. But yeah, so he's like, and that becomes basically the external plot where he's like, he's running out of time to get this thing done, which is how he gets Audrey Taylor involved, because he's basically about to hit a deadline that he's not ready for, and then that's when a new plot essentially comes into fruition halfway through the film, where it's like, oh, we're going on a complete tangent now. It's like, you thought this was just going to be like a Hollywood writer struggling to make it big in the, or a up and coming writer struggling to make it big in the ritz and glamour of LA. Well, psych, it's now a murder mystery plot. Get ready.
Not only the murder mystery plot, it's one we already know the answer to.
Well, there's two theories here. I mean, like, it's either him or John Goodman. Like, those are the only two people it could be. Like I said, they could have gone to he's a schizo route.
I mean, I guess I could have technically.
I mean, honestly, that's no.
Well, there's a second theory. Not my theory, another theory.
All right, go over that one.
That Charlie is in his head and is a literary creation.
I can believe that.
Then what happens to the detectives at the end?
Barton kills them, I guess.
Well, or maybe the detectives were never real in the first place either. Maybe even Audrey wasn't real.
There is a lot that everyone you see in the hotel, which would mean Charlie, Chet, the detectives,
the
are all in his head.
Okay. And then he just,
because that's why Barton leaves the hotel, but Charlie doesn't.
Okay.
We do never encounter Charlie outside of the hotel.
That's true.
I mean, I guess Audrey would have to be real though, because we encounter Audrey.
Audrey would be the one real character we see in the hotel other than Barton, and then he like kills her in like schizomanic rage or whatever.
But do we even know if he actually killed her?
No, I think that.
No, I think Charlie killed her.
Yeah. But
no. But that's what I mean. Like, do we know she's actually dead if he is schizo?
No, she's dead. Because any person, because like he would have saw her out and about again if she wasn't. I mean, like,
not really. He had to always seek her out.
Okay, but if you want to go that far down the rabbit hole, Rangi, then like anything couldn't be real. Like if you at least contain it to the hotel, right? Then it's like, okay, this can all be his head. But like he would have because like remember there's the newspaper article about Mayhew being dead as well.
I guess that's fair.
So I guess the only explanation is he has like kind of like a Fight Club-esque.
No, I'm gonna keep digging the rabbit hole. The newspaper's given to him by one of the detectives.
Oh, that's true.
In the hotel, I think.
Yeah.
Then what? So the Audrey Taylor never came to the hotel. He never killed her. He just never bumped into her on set again.
Well, we don't get enough like. Yeah, but
to Rangi's point, he always goes and finds her.
Yeah, because he would get even if he first encountered her by going and finding Mayhew.
Well, he never bumps into Mayhew again either, and he does bump into Mayhew just walking around.
Well, he did specifically at a bar that he was meeting with somebody specific, and that is like kind of near the set. Like, I think it was a bar and restaurant, basically. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like he organically encounters Mayhew outside of that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you
He
could,
doesn't go outside.
but I'm just saying it's like this is kind of like I think at this point, like I feel like if we're going that far down the theory, there would be more evidence to support it.
Hmm.
Like I
Oh
think,
yeah, I don't. This is not the theory that I subscribe to. I subscribe to a much better theory.
all right. Let's anything else you want to say about the plot, the two plots of um his struggle to get this done on time or at all, and then the murder mystery.
No.
Okay. POVs. If I'm not mistaken, the entire thing is just Barton Fink's POV, right?
Yep.
And that's pretty cool because gives you a very a unique because a lot of films, even they have a main protagonist, they at least do some scenes like in James Bond, right? Dr. No, like 95% of the movie was through his POV, but there was the occasional scene through someone else's POV to establish some things. Whereas a movie like this, you're just along for the ride with Barton. Like you don't perceive any information that he doesn't perceive. Like there is no uh the audience has like knowledge that the protagonist doesn't. Like there's none of that in this film. Like you know whatever he knows. So that's pretty cool. I like when films do that.
Me too.
I don't like when shows do that though, because I don't know. I feel like that can get old fast if you're only ever following one character. Then again,
Yeah.
is there any shows where you only follow one character? I feel like that would be almost
I was
impossible.
trying to think of one, but
There probably is one.
Also, I just noticed in the picture of the detectives, there's the beach girl in the back.
yeah.
Yeah, and she's like a recurring thing that we see throughout the movie.
Well, there's a lot of theories on that, which I think we're gonna touch into shortly. But yeah, let's go into dialogue. Dialogue.
I love Coen Brothers dialogue.
It's very good. I think the conversations between Barton and Charlie are probably the height of the dialogue in this film. But like, there's a lot of other characters with really good dialogue. Mayhew has a lot of good dialogue. Lipnick has a lot of good dialogue. But I think the pinnacle of the dialogues between Barton and Charlie.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
What was the song Mayhew was singing?
I think it's just called Old Black Joe.
Yeah, Old Black Joe is what it was.
I enjoyed that song. It was fun.
It very clearly it is an earworm, but it part of me always thought like there has to be some significance to it with his character too. It wouldn't be recurring this many times otherwise, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't get the reference they were going for or whatever.
Art, you have any light to shed on that?
No.
You don't know why they picked that song?
No idea.
Because there's usually like a or there's like a symbolic reason why they pick any given song in any given scene. At least,
well,
when good.
As the Coen Brothers have said, they acknowledge some intentional symbolic elements whilst denying an attempt to communicate any single message in the film. The Coen Brothers aren't really going to
admit to it.
Hold your hand.
Okay. They're just kind of like interpret what you will type of writers.
Yes.
I like that. My mom hates that. She hates like any ambiguity in films. She wants the film to tell you exactly what you're supposed to take away and how it. And she hates the most is like open-ended endings. She wants like everything to be like wrapped neatly in a bow.
But let her watch movies with me because my favorite type of ending is the open ending.
I like them too.
I like them and dislike them. It just depends how it's done.
Well, yeah,
For me.
execution obviously always matters, but I
I
it
I
depends.
usually do prefer a proper ending.
Well, it's not
Later on,
an open ending doesn't necessarily mean it's not a proper ending. It just means that you don't know for sure.
I'll give you an example of an absolutely terrific masterpiece movie that has an open ending. It's called The Thing.
I see that. Ugh.
It's true. That does have a that does have a pretty good open ending too.
Alright, well, don't spoil it for me. 'Cause I
The
haven't seen it.
Coen brothers became masters of having these kinds of open endings.
Well, so the reveal of The Thing is Rue dies at the end.
Darth Vader was The Thing's father.
Yes.
I was The Thing's father. Sorry.
I knew it.
But all right, everyone say their favorite line dialogue, right? Yours is you're just a tourist at a typewriter, right?
Yeah, that has to be it because that is just Barton to a T. He wants the aesthetics of being somebody in touch
He's
with
a
the lower
LARPer.
class.
He's a LARPer.
Yeah, he wants the aesthetics of all of this, but he doesn't want to actually touch the poor people.
Yeah. My favorite line is "You're a sick fuck, Barton." it's like it's just really enjoyable.
That was funny too. Look, it's so funny because he's trying to explain like, no, there's not any weird relationship between me and that guy.
He's
We
like,
just wrestled.
yeah, he's like, "What did you do? Have sex with him?" He's like, "No, we just wrestled." And he's like, "You're
Well,
a sick
you
fuck,
you
Barton."
know they at that point I got the impression that like did they question like the neighbors and hear somebody say like, yeah, we heard a bunch of men grunting.
Well, we never
upstairs.
see any of the neighbors, so
Yeah, but if you want to treat it as a less surreal and more like actually like grounded thing.
well. Then again, I don't. I think pretty
Yeah.
much everyone except for these two were transients, as Chet would put it. Like I think they were the only like residents that we know
That's true.
of. Because it was more of a hotel than a apartment.
Yeah, which wasn't even too unusual that long ago with a lot of Californian cities. I think there were specific laws put in. Used to be there would be a lot of people who would just live out of hotels.
Okay.
Telly Savalas did.
Who?
Telly Savalas, he played Kojak.
Who?
So Jack,
BoJack
fucking
Horseman.
Christ.
That was
Kojak,
BoJack
the
Horseman. Was
detective
Will,
show.
was Will Arnett.
Kojak, the detective show.
I've never heard of that one.
I actually haven't either.
Fucking
No, and I
Jesus.
actually have not. I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah,
there.
no, neither have I.
Pain.
All right. Art, what was your favorite line in this film?
Probably Goodman saying you don't listen.
Yes, actually, no. Because it's very clearly a moment he's saying it out of frustration.
Gibbon?
No.
Who's Gibbon?
Gibbon?
You said Gibbon says you don't listen.
Charlie said
Because you don't listen.
Oh,
yeah,
and
that's
Charlie
why
said
he was
that.
doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, rather, Charlie's real self said that, but yes.
Yeah. Carl Madman Munt. It's a great serial killer name.
It is well, it sounds like a mob hitman name, which I assume is what he's supposed to be.
No, I think it's a serial killer name. I don't think he's
well,
tied to the mob. I think he's just a plain old serial killer.
You're both wrong.
Well, I know what your theory is, but there's no mention of the mafia in this film. I think he's just unless you have Art's theory, I think you're supposed to interpret him as a serial killer.
Art thinks he's my boss, so.
True.
But yeah. Well, and the detectives call him a serial killer, Rangi, not a hitman.
Well, but what's really the difference?
Well, because one does it for money, the other does it for the love of the game.
Okay, so it's a slut versus a whore. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So.
See, now that is translating it for the common man. Well done, Rangi.
All right. Next up is pacing. I think this film is pretty well paced. I was actually originally planning on watching half of it in one night and half of it the next, but then it was paced so well that I ended up staying up till 3 a.m. watching it. So it moves along pretty swimmingly.
That was kind of my experience. I was like, because I'd watched it right after watching another movie. The Mask, in fact, was the movie I watched. Which, by the way, it's interesting because I would describe The Mask as entertainment for the common man. While there's some deeper stuff if you want to dig in.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, it's a relatively simple story.
Yeah, it's popcorn film for sure.
But yeah, because I'd watched it and I was like, I'm still wired and I know I'm going to have to watch this in the next couple of days anyway. So I was like, oh, I'll just rent it. I'll start watching it and I'll watch the rest after work tomorrow. And then I stayed up and watched it.
So,
just all of it.
So yeah, we had the same experience.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign when it comes to pacing. Because not only that, I didn't want to get up for anything. I didn't pause it for long intervals, really.
Yeah, me either. I paused it like to use the bathroom once and grab a beer, and that's about it. It's definitely a lot better paced than Dr. No, that's for sure.
No, definitely. It felt like an hour instead of like 7.
What do you think of the pacing, Art?
Oh yeah, I really like the pacing. I mean, I've seen this movie so many times, so this time I watched it, it flew by pretty quickly.
The only part of the film that dragged a little bit for me was when he was in New York, but like you kind of need to kind of do that to establish and frame everything.
That's the background of who the guy is, you know?
Well, I'm not saying, you definitely need that part. It's just that was the only part that kind of like felt a little slow to me. But like I said, that's kind of one of those things that like probably on a rewatch I wouldn't mind as much because like now I'm already invested in the film. Whereas like when you're watching something for the first time, it's unless you start with a high octane intro and then like slow down and like pick it back up. Like it is the first few minutes of any movie are always kind of tough in my opinion.
What is more high octane than someone watching their own play?
True. All right. All right. Anything else for pacing?
No.
All right.
No, I don't. Nothing comes to mind.
Resolution. So we're nearly at Art being able to talk to us about his theory. Okay. So let's
Not just my theory.
Fair enough.
There are dozens of us.
Dozens of retards.
Dozens of retards trying to just represent the common man's views.
Let's just talk about the resolution of the film. So we'll basically from when the detectives show up to arrest him onwards. Who wants to go?
They show up to arrest him. Madman shows up. Why was it? They tell him to put down his, what do they call it? Policy case.
And then he opens up a shotgun.
Yeah, it's his policy case, which I found it really odd there being that specific with it. When
they know his cover story is. They know his cover story is a traveling insurance guy.
Yeah, but they just say you would just say suitcase.
What?
No, you'd say police. Attaché case.
Attaché case. Suitcase. Attaché case. The case.
So what did they say again?
Bag. Policy case.
Yeah, because he has insurance policies.
No, he
Or
doesn't.
does he?
But that's what they think it's in there. So what's that to do
No,
with the
they
hitman?
don't.
What?
They know he's a hitman. They're the cops.
What the fuck are you
Murderer.
talking about?
He's not a hitman.
He's a serial
Remember,
killer.
Rangi? He just stole that not a whore.
Oh, right, true. He's never killed a man in his life.
What?
Or a woman.
What are you talking? What is happening right now?
Okay, wait, no, am I completely off base?
He's a serial killer. Like
You keep
Yeah.
saying he's a hitman.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm using them interchangeably. My bad.
they're completely different things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
One is
but
someone who kills
they-
people for money, and they work for the mob. The other is someone who is psychotic and just kills people for like a code or because they feel slighted.
Wait, but okay, wait. So, do we believe he actually sells insurance then on the side,
Probably.
or is that because I thought that was just a cover story?
I think he probably does do that. But even if he didn't, that still doesn't make him a hitman.
I mean, that's true. I keep using the wrong word. Sorry.
Yeah, hitman is like when you watch The
If you keep using the
Godfather.
word hitman, I'll hit
I
you,
think
man.
that's what my brain goes
Thank you.
to. That's all.
Okay, I'm just saying they're two very, very different things. Like hit like Deadshot is a hitman. The Joker is a serial killer. There's a difference.
Yeah,
But-
Rangi, you're a
I think-
hitman. Iron is a serial killer.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, so next time, just like Deadshot, Joker. There you go.
Okay.
That's the
Doing what to the
difference.
Joker?
Who's the Joker?
Madman Munt.
Farewell.
Anyway, the hotel sets on fire for reasons.
Yeah, no, that was the part that really kind of threw me off. I was like, wait, what the fuck is happening?
I'll let you know what's happening later.
Well, I kind of get what your theory actually is.
It's a good theory. I like it.
He kills the cops. He berates Barton. He breaks the bed apart so he can leave. He tells him that box belongs to him because it does.
What's in the box?
I'll let you know. And then Barton leaves and goes to the beach.
And then he sees
Zuma Beach.
And then he sees the girl hit the same pose at the painting he's been staring at for the past
Yeah,
few
she's
days.
in the painting.
And then the seagull just fucking dies, which apparently was a real detail, which is pretty cool.
It was.
But yeah, I think I guess it's time to yeah, we already went over his punishment about like not having to not be able to produce anything for the next couple of years while he's under contract, because anything he writes would just be kept and not produced by Capitol Pictures. But he gets torn into for it being like just kind of like basically not what he was not what he was looking for at all. And he's like, I think this is my best work, and then he kind of tears into him about being like a kind of like a fluff.
Well, and all of that, it's like I've got 30 writers I can go and ask if I really want that Barton Fink
feeling.
Yeah, and it's so interesting too because how much he was like talking up the guy earlier. It's like, well, because it's very clear what they wanted. Like they were not trying, and this is the other thing about Barton Fink. It's like, look, you can go and do those big passion project sort of things, but like you need to do, you kind of need to riff around the shit for a little bit first. Like he's treating this like B movie wrestling film as though it's like his magnum opus. Yeah, well, both beneath him, but also like it has to become his like magnum opus.
Yeah. What he was tasked to do was beneath him, so he instead produced his magnum opus, which that's when he goes and celebrates, and he starts the fight between the Army and the Navy at the dance before they ship off to go to World War II.
Believe me, that fight would have happened no matter what.
Fair. He's like, hey buddy, how about I get a dance with the girl? He's like, I am doing something real meaningful in my life. As the other guys have to go fight the Nazis.
They're literally going off to like probably one of the premier conflicts of.
It's the biggest conflict of all
basically
time.
the last. Yeah, basically one of the biggest conflicts of all time.
No, it is the biggest. There's literally no war that has more deaths from it than that one. World War II, what calls 50 million deaths?
I'll give us a minute. We'll
50 million?
Between all the soldiers and civilians.
It was like 20 people.
Yeah, I mean, look, the fact that you just highlighted at the Nazis when that's not the only theater going on.
There's the Pacific theater of the Japs.
Oh, he was so close.
What?
We said 50 million. Apparently it was 60 to 75. He was so close.
You were actually. That's actually kind of weirdly close.
Well, it was a good estimate.
Like a off.
Anyway,
we were also fighting. Were the Italians still in that war?
At this point, yes. The Italians switched sides once they realized they were losing.
That is the Italian way.
They did it in World War I as well. So yes, it is the Italian way. Just switch sides, whoever's winning. Loyalty be damned.
And this is why I've learned not to trust out here.
But here's the thing. Like, were they wrong to do so? They avoided both of the harsh penalties of both wars. Like, Germany got fucked.
It is a smart thing to do, to be fair.
The number 2 country for most deaths during World War II is not the country I was expecting.
Is it France? Oh
no.
Wait, Russia's number 1, right?
Russia's number 1.
Oh, is it China number 2?
China number 2.
Yeah, because Japan went on a raping and killing spree throughout China.
Yeah,
they had raping and murder competition.
I watched the propaganda film that said that was totally justified. Okay.
There was a literal decapitation race.
Yes, and between the generals,
Japanese officers. Yes. It's like insane.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, generals a bit too high, but yeah, between like Japanese officers, like colonels and some that rank.
It was. By the way, those guys then got shipped off after the fact to China, and from what I know, they didn't have a good time.
I can imagine. But yeah, and then he goes to the beach with his box, and she's like, "What's in the box?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then she stares off in the distance. The seagull dies, and that's the end of the film. So before we get into Art's theory, I think what you're supposed to take away is that Audrey Taylor's head's in the box.
Well, yeah, I got that from the moment they highlighted her head still hadn't been found, and there was and the head had been removed and all that.
What do you think is in the box, Art?
Oh, that's another interesting thing. It's clear Barton thinks that as well. And he doesn't go to the cops. He doesn't do anything like that. No, he just goes and writes the script.
I don't know. I think he honestly doesn't know what's in the box. I think he was telling the truth at the end.
Oh, yeah, but he can always open it.
Yeah, but I think he doesn't want to know. I think that's the thing. I think he doesn't know, but like he doesn't want to know because whatever's in there is probably not good. Also, I don't think he fully processed the fact that Charlie went and killed his family because he gave him their address. Because he went to New York. He's like, here's where my family lives. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I stopped by. I saw your folks. Good people. And then, like, when he called, they didn't answer. So, like, they're totally fucking dead.
Yep.
All right, Art. What do you think was in the box? And then if that ties into your larger theory, go over it. You've been waiting.
It does, but it ties in at the end.
All right, go over your theory, Art. You've been waiting all stream.
The hotel is hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it sets on fire, by the way, Rangi.
And Charlie's the devil, right?
Charlie's the devil. That's why the hotel walls run the same pus that runs out of his ears.
And then
And that's why when it gets on the hotel, they say it's the number 6 3 times.
And then are the other
Barton says floor 6, and then the other guy says, "Go next stop, floor 6. Here we are, floor 6."
okay, and then are Chet and the elevator worker like his demons?
Pretty much.
I like that
Well,
theory a lot. I think him being the devil and this hotel being hell is a really fun theory. And I think it works. I don't think there's anything that, like, if you applied that to the film, that it contradicts anything.
well, this is one of those things where he realizes, like, oh, the room is getting hotter, and that means Charlie is back.
Yeah,
Charlie is here.
yeah, because like you're
That
right.
was that was one of the weirder moments where I was like, wait, hold on, what do you mean?
Yeah, because the like when Charlie went to New York, the room calmed down. And he wasn't sweating as much, and then when he came back, he knew it got hotter again. And he's like, he could tell Charlie was here because it was like the room was getting hot, and then Charlie shows up and the whole place catches on fire, and like he's basically like, you're like, because he kind of was in hell throughout his own personal hell throughout this whole film, and that's like when like Charlie says to him, it's like, you're just a tourist, a typewriter. I live here. Like he's constantly in hell, where uh
Uh,
Barton was just temporarily putting himself through hell unnecessarily.
uh, Charlie also mentions how we always keep the room here.
Mm-hmm.
We have the wallpaper thing that happens. We have the Charlie states how he seems to know everything that happens in the building.
Yeah, because like
Maybe
the
the
people were
pipes.
like banging on the door next to him, but like how could Charlie hear that like two rooms down?
I could believe you might be able to, because it could literally be something with the. That's why it's like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's one, but it could also be a supernatural thing too.
Also ties into the insurance policies because he's not selling insurance, he's making deals with
Yeah,
people.
that's what I'm saying. Like he's literally he's having people sign contracts. It's like totally something the devil would do.
hmm Even like the picture of him with that was taken by a client. It was like there was something kind of sinister about it I couldn't place.
Yeah, it was definitely, there was a little off putting, but like in a, you couldn't quite put your finger on it type of way.
Well, even like insurance in general is seen as like a really scummy industry in general, and
Yeah, well, that's what
God, like
while saying his like his perverted sense of like justice, like kind of like the devil, and a lot often in media is kind of presented as kind of like a twist, has like a twisted sense of morality, and like him believing like selling insurance is like an honorable thing to do kind of seems like something that they would have like a devilish character do.
well, also though, thinking on it, wait, what is what is Barton's like big deep wish? Oh, yeah, I want to bring theater to the masses. I want a theater for the people. Then he ends up in Hollywood basically doing a B film, and that's kind of what he wants to do. Like there's that aspect to it too, and I'm kind of like, did he make a deal and not know, or
Mm, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if there's anything
oh,
really.
there's definitely a thing where everything he's advocating for, like, oh, yeah, what does the average man and care about the story of some king, some far dead king, and stuff like that. He does this like high-minded sort of speech, and it's like,
Also, I like I mean, again, this works if he's the devil or a serial killer. But he's like, I could tell some stories that make your skin curl. Like it's like that's like like he's got some really good stories that Barton would just listen.
So then the theory continues. The picture on the wall is heaven.
Mm. Okay.
Barton makes it to heaven, or a version of it.
Okay.
And the thing that's in the box is Barton's soul.
Okay.
That's why Charlie says it belongs to him.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
Oh,
also, keep in mind, Barton was not able to write until the box was in his possession.
Yes.
interesting.
Uh, I can definitely see the metaphor there at least. I think there's more grounding in this theory than.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
No.
schizo theory. I think like there's actually like it's like there's enough there in this film that like I think it works. I don't know. I wouldn't say that's like the main takeaway you one would expect to have, but I think it is one that's like it's a fun
No, but it
theory.
should be.
It's a
Well,
here's the thing, Art. I actually did wonder if they were going to reveal he was the devil when like the fire thing came out, like all the flames came out. I'm like, is he like, is that the route they're going with this here? So
well,
Yes.
here's the other thing I've just thought about. What is the first thing that Charlie does when the two of them meet?
like, did you snitch on me?
Well, that's one of the things. What's the next thing he does?
Offers him a drink.
Yeah, he offers him a drink. He offers him Vice.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
And what is our other writer character that's a tortured writer character? What's his biggest vice?
alcohol.
Yeah.
I-
Oh, I felt like there was something there, and I felt like they were trying to do something with Barton having drinks with this guy, and
Alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
that's true. You should buy me a drink, by the way.
Um, but yeah, like I said, I think I like theories like these because they're a little out there, but at the same time they work perfectly. Like I said, there's nothing in the film that would like get contradicted, like that contradicts this theory. Like it meshes pretty perfectly. Um, so
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
I spent a lot of time talking about this theory online.
Now, like I said, I mean, it's like I mean, it's not the main. I know, I know you told me I was wrong already for that, but it's not the main takeaway I have. Like, I kind of take this film on face value that he is just a serial killer. However, I do really like the devil angle. I think it adds some interesting new layers to the film, and it was something I did speculate while watching the film. So, like, the fact that I was like speculating it before Art even told me what his theory was, it's like kind of like there
Oh,
is some credence to it for sure.
Watch it
and
again with the theory in mind.
I will eventually.
yeah, well, and then just what is Barton's ultimate fate? It's punishment. It is he. Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh no, it's funny.
We own everything you write, but we're not going to publish it.
It's a glimpse of heaven because he's actually stuck in purgatory right now. He has to write with no end in sight. It's like he's just like
I do think that he has reached some level of peace, though.
okay. So you think he just kind of skipped out on purgatory? Like that's where he was sentenced to, but then he just kind of accepted it and then found his inner
I think
slice
so.
of
I
heaven.
think that the version of this movie, he is the hotel is hell, but he's there as a type of purgatory.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he really is. How much of a resident of the hotel really is? I
Well,
mean, sure, he's in the hotel room.
he's basically like well, Chet even says he's kind of like in between, right? Like he's like a temporary permanent resident. Like
Yeah. Well, so
he's not a transient, but he's also not he's like a quasi resident.
so one of the scenes I remember too is all the shoes outside the doors earlier on.
They're souls. They're souls.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
that
mean,
god!
works.
I just caught that.
but I meant more what I didn't even think about that, but that's also good. But it was like almost like row upon row. Like I got the impression, okay, either this hotel is particularly busy, or there's a lot of people here, and
They're
if
all
this is
lost.
hell,
They're literally all lost souls. That is hysterical.
yeah,
Wow.
and also, but also if this is hell, it almost felt like uniform in a way, like the daily grind, the daily. And so it kind of ties into the barn thing anyway, because it's like these are probably like working men. you know.
True.
Man,
And
I can't believe I didn't. I knew this theory and the whole time, and I never put the Lost Souls connection.
yep. Yep.
I'm
Oh
telling you.
wait! They got even to the point where Barton and Charlie got each other's shoes, and it was like, oh, well, thank God you had them, otherwise they would be lost.
I'm
They'd
telling
be lost.
you. This theory, it's the
Ah,
one.
that I mean, look, you're starting to win me over, Art. I mean, there's just this kind of it all connects together a little too well. It's like, maybe.
Yep.
I like it. I
I've
do.
believed this theory for over 20 years. I'm not abandoning it now.
Did you ever? I'm sure you put the Lost Souls thing together.
No, I haven't actually until right now.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
that's kind of a clever little idea there.
Huh. Well, there you go, Art. I gave you a little bit more ammunition for your argument. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's a perfect argument. You can't fight against it. It's the truth.
No, I mean you've basically convinced me at this point. To be honest, like I don't know. The hotel was always weird to me because it's
Hotel
got these like
California.
really weird.
That's a song about hell as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's about
Oh,
California, so yes.
you know what the other thing I just
But like
you know
in
the
all
other thing I just
seriousness,
thought of.
though, it actually is about hell, right? Hotel
Yeah,
California.
no, yeah.
It's
I'm
you
pretty
can
sure
check in
it is.
anytime you like,
Well,
but you can never leave.
the think about this too. The Hollywood producer, he'd never heard of it.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, that is true, and he knows like this town like the back of his hand.
Yeah, he's like, no, never heard of it. We should put him in the Grand or the. It was something else.
The Ritz? No, not a Ritz.
So
I can't remember.
the Hotel California song probably played some inspiration to this film.
Well, in the Big Lebowski, they have a Spanish language version of Hotel California play at one point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think the Coen brothers took some inspiration from that song when making this?
No, apparently the inspiration came from when they were working on their first movie. They shot it in Texas, and they stayed at just a real shithole hotel. Like it was such a bad hotel that they jokingly referred to it to each other as the Motel Hell.
And what was the name of this hotel again?
In the film with the Hotel L.
What's in the film Barton Fink? What's the film called? The hotel called
Hotel L.
Hotel L.
Oh.
L.
Oh.
Earl.
Girl.
Oh.
Right.
Earle.
Earl, like the British aristocratic title.
Yeah.
Kind of, but with an E on the end.
Mm.
Like the name Earl, but with an E at the end.
You know, Art. You can put hell in that anagram for Hotel Earl.
Yes. That is correct. That is accurate.
I wonder what you can do with the other letters. We're gonna mess around with that for a little bit.
Write them down.
Yeah.
Say them. You can probably say them. Well, no. You probably can't say or write them, but the rest of us can.
So the remaining letters are O, T, A, R, E.
But I do looking on it. I think another thing that I just with that because I'm thinking back to that scene once again with the bar, and I think that is the moment we get the real Barton.
Actually, there's two E's.
Because I haven't thought about it, but think about it.
Retailed.
Well, think about it. The one time we see one of the few times we see Barton outside of the studio kind of ecosystem, but also outside of the hotel, it's at this bar where he's acting extremely prideful and to the point where he instigates a literal like fight.
True. Pride goeth before a fall.
Mhm. I don't know what to do with the remaining letters. OTA.
Me and Rangi are having a really nice discussion about the movie. Fucking I don't know who's playing anagrams.
I am playing anagrams. OTEARE. Tier. Oh, tier hell EO. Hey, Rangi would get that.
I do get it.
Tier hell EO. All right, there we go. Anyway, I'm done with playing anagrams now. Rangarams. Hey, if Rangi can play Civ for 3 hours, I can play anagrams for 3 minutes.
I will have you know, I was playing it way longer than 3 minutes or 3 hours. I was in that game before you were here.
All right. Well, I think we should go to closing thoughts now. I think we kind of covered everything. All right, Rangi, go first. Closing thoughts.
All right. Yeah, so I think I agree it's kind of pretentious, but like I said, I think it is trying to be, and I think that's almost like one of the layers of the story it is kind of the pretentious hack who had one hit, and now he kind of thinks
Yeah, he's a
himself
one-hit wonder.
right and above it, and he gets hit with like a really simple like story concept for like basically like almost easy Hollywood work, and
It's like a layup,
I almost
really.
I was gonna say yeah, it's a layup. It almost feels like it's set up, and I feel like part of it is like, hey, are you a company man? Are you gonna actually work with us, or should we not bother? That's what I feel like the the real assignment here is. They handed him like, okay, well, you're kind of in this niche over here. Okay, wrestling film. That's kind of relatively popular, but also kind of in what you're doing. Okay, yeah, you see, you have us a week to give us like a treatment. He doesn't even have to actually deliver the script on the wrestling film. He just has to give the treatment on the script.
Well, yeah, that's the
Like he just
craziest
has
part.
to,
He just needs to give the outline. That's all he needs to do.
yeah, and he's completely stumped. He has nothing, and he almost seems adverse to going and actually seeking out knowledge on it. He never goes like, okay, well, maybe I should look into wrestling. People have to direct him to even look at wrestling for inspiration.
And he had to
Like,
wrestle with Charlie.
yeah, he's the big-headed. Oh, I need to show the common people the way of theater. I need to build a theater for the common people. He he comes across as very much the kind of like self-hating intellectual. That's what I would call him.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that same
And
the same read because
I
he keeps like apologizing and then doing the same thing like he's apologizing for.
yeah, and
he's like kind of just like paying lip service to the fact that he's being annoying, but like he's actually not like paying attention to Charlie or like taking anything what he says to heart.
oh, yeah, and I would actually say this is probably a really good deconstruction then of that type of person. Not even that type of character, that type of like personality, because those people exist, and they probably
Oh yeah,
existed back then as much as they do
it's
now.
just just a bunch of YMSs.
Yeah, it's your YMSs, it's your Patrick Willems, it's your hoity
Brian
toity
Griffin.
art bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brian Griffin. That's what it is.
But basically this entire movie is the scene where Quagmire rips into Brian. I mean that on multiple levels because the person ripping into uh Barton Fink is a serial killer at best and the devil at worst. And so it's like it's kind of like
And
because Quagmire is a serial rapist. So Quagmire is a serial rapist ripping into Brian Griffin, and then now you have a serial killer ripping into Barton Fink. It's literally just that scene,
oh,
and but and across the entire movie.
well, yeah, and it's interesting because it works on multiple levels, whether you want to accept the hell like theory or not.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
It's
It works.
still
It's not like that theory. See, this is like what's fun about theory crafting for older movies is like it's just like a fun additional layer that like makes you look through the film through a new lens. Whereas like a lot of theory crafting today is just literally just fixing the film by headcanoning all the plot holes. Like very
yeah.
different types of theory crafting. Um,
Well, that's the other thing. Like, um, Barton can't really relate to Charlie, even outside of the serial killer. All he ever talks about is his own high-minded ideals.
yeah.
He not just when Charlie offers the story, so that's a good example, but he's also like, oh well, I'm probably overcomplicating this, or God, you kind of want to smack him in the face. I do. Yeah, I really like the movie as a whole, and I probably am never gonna watch it again, to be honest. But I really appreciate what it does. It's not the type of thing I'd watch for fun, but it's the type of thing I don't mind having watched.
I'll probably watch it at least one more time because I do want to. I do want to watch it again with the seeing if like picturing him as the devil through the whole film. I do want to have that experience, so probably watch it at least one more time. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not my typical type of film, but that's what's nice about this podcast is like I think unlike a lot of podcasts where it's kind of an echo chamber and like everyone generally has the same thoughts on every film. Like if for like the two of you who are like longtime viewers out there, it's pretty I think self evident that me, Art, and Rangi all have very different views on media and different tastes. So it's always kind of fun seeing when they align and where they diverge, and the different types of films we're interested in reviewing and sharing with everyone else. So I think it's a fun podcast for that reason, among others. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad we talked about it. There's I think, a lot more to say about this one than Doctor No, even though I still had fun with Doctor No. It was kind of a very shallow movie. This is the opposite. This is a film of a lot of things to say, almost to a pretentious degree, which again I think is part of the what this film was going for. It's kind of deconstruction of itself in a way, which is pretty cool. But I enjoyed it, and I'm glad Art decided to share this with us. But yeah, Art, since you're the one who shared it, why don't you take the final curtain call?
No. Yeah, I've always really liked this film. I hadn't seen it for a while, so when I put it on, I was like, I wonder if my theory is still gonna make sense to me, and it did. So I was happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking your theory too, because especially that scene with the flames, because otherwise, without that theory, I can't explain that.
Yeah, it's I guess it would just be like a artistic flourish. But with the theory, it all comes together. The pieces fall into place. It's starting to sound like a conspiracy
It's
theorist.
all coming together.
Follow the money to Barton Fink.
It's like the one shot from the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with like all the stuff on the wall.
Carol, Carol. There is no Carol in HR. Sorry. Where was I? Yeah, my theory still held up, so that was nice. I really like this movie, the performances, the dialogue. Barton Fink is a frustrating and fascinating character, but Charlie is the standout because he's just such a great character.
And don't forget Jack Lipnick. Sorry, Colonel Lipnick to you.
Yeah, Colonel, what the fuck?
But yeah, that's I think I would say it's just probably the highest quality movie we reviewed.
I feel like I still like Gran Torino better.
Yeah.
I like Brazil better.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's between those three. We're probably and the Lion King. That's four.
Oh yeah, we did review that.
Yeah, those four were. I mean, Project Hail Mary was good, but I don't think it's quite on the level of those other four.
No, well, also we're talking about like a bunch of movies that have like clearly had like a major impact, even if I'd never heard of this movie before. Like,
I would
it,
say
I mean,
Brazil and Barton Fink are cult classics. I would call those because they are pretty niche, but the people who watch them are very big on them.
True.
Yeah, so
Can confirm from experience.
because I haven't heard of either of those films before this, and like it's like, I'm not like a film buff by any means, but I have heard of most of the popular things that like everyone's seen. So like from across all the eras. So like the fact that I haven't heard either of these kind of and this one's a bit more well known, I would say, than Brazil, um, because it's the Coen brothers, and the Coen brothers are kind of like, I would say, the most popular of the cult classic type of directors.
what else have I seen from them? I know I've seen something that
No
I
Big
didn't.
Country
Leba-
for Old
The
Men.
Big Lebowski is probably their most famous, and then No Country for Old Men is number two, I would say.
Yeah, which is funny because The Big Lebowski was one of their biggest failures
Which is
at the box office.
funny because that one is like become a huge cultural.
Oh, okay.
Friend.
No, I know what it is. I was thinking because I was thinking if there was a movie I saw from them that I didn't like as much as the
Actually,
original.
is this the first Coen
It was
Brothers
True
film I've
Grit.
seen? Oh, I like True
I
Grit.
like the original. I like the original True Grit way better, and I kind of disliked the new one.
My dad liked the new True Grit better than the original.
That's fine. I didn't, and my opinion is the one that matters.
Well, my
found them-
dad's seen like every cowboy movie ever, so it's
I
like,
don't care.
it's like the one
I found
genre
them-
he's an expert in. Sorry, Art, go on.
I found them equally as good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's more that I just didn't like the. Maybe it's just I didn't like as much. Both of them kind of are dour a little bit, but I think the newer one was a lot more dour, and I didn't like it as much.
My grandpa liked the original one better, but that's also he was alive when it came out. Or most people watching the one weren't. So yeah,
It's kind of a funny story about Big Lebowski actually, which is when they were in production of it, the Coens won the Oscar for best screenplay for Fargo. So everyone was like, "Oh shit, this movie's going to be massive! They're Academy Award winners," and then it came out and made no money whatsoever.
I still need to go and see Big Lebowski. My brother keeps wanting to get me to watch it.
So Art, this is the second Coen Brothers film I've seen. True Grit was the first. I've seen True Grit a couple times, and then
You ever seen No Country for Old Men?
no.
I've seen No Country for Old Men. I remember liking it.
Yeah, no, I've seen True Grit.
No Country for Old Men is amazing.
I've seen the True Grit remake 2 or 3 times, and then now I've seen Barton Fink.
I saw 5 of their movies in a row at the cinema as they came out. So No Country for Old Men, I saw Burn After Reading, I saw A Serious Man, I saw True Grit, and I saw Inside Llewyn Davis.
Well, I'm sure we'll get.
They were my favorite directors for a very long time.
When did they fall off?
Now
for
they're
you?
set. When I started really exploring John Carpenter's work.
Okay.
Fair enough. No, John Carpenter is kind of based.
Mm-hmm. John Carpenter one, Coen Brothers second. Probably Scorsese third. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe. Those were my favorite directors in order. Scorsese was probably my first favorite director, then the Coens and Carpenter.
See, I've seen more Scorsese films than I've seen Coen Brother films. Scorsese for me. It's interesting because there's a lot of his stuff I have liked, and then there's some stuff I haven't liked that's a bit controversial to say?
Tarantino is probably my favorite director.
Tarantino's very good.
Because I've never seen a Tarantino film I didn't like. I Kill Bill 1 and 2, which is he views as one movie, I really enjoyed.
I
Pulp
do
Fiction is
actually
one of
really
my favorite movies of all time. I really liked Inglourious Bastards. I really liked Django Unchained. I think those are the only ones I've seen so far, but that is like half of them.
Do you want me to give my hot take of Scorsese as we end
I
out?
know what it is.
All right, shoot.
Goodfellas is overrated.
I've yet to see it.
Fantastic.
My dad really wants me to watch it, so
Boring.
it'll probably get changed. I'll probably see it in the near future. That's what, like,
Oh, I also didn't like The Wolf of Wall Street either, but
bruh.
That's more understandable.
I really like The Wolf of Wall Street. I love that film.
Yeah, I have a funny. My DVD copy of Goodfellas is so old that you have to turn the disc over halfway through.
so my thing with Goodfellas is
So
it's a case of I like moments of it, but I just get really bored of watching it when I'm watching the like in between scenes.
you have ADHD.
I do have ADHD.
Yeah, you can't deal with the slow pacing.
But I don't blame that. I blame the movie. It should be better at keeping my
There
attention.
should be Subway Surfers in the bottom right corner.
Yes.
I know you haven't seen it, Ian, but you couldn't really call Goodfellas slow paced.
I haven't seen it.
It's not slow paced, I would say, but it's like I feel like if you don't get invested in certain characters, which is probably what happened to me.
It does have one of the best opening lines in cinema, though.
It does have some really good lines. I'll say that. I don't even think it's bad. I think I've said it's bad because I was just trying to be a hot take, but I don't think it's like bad. I think it's like it's not for me. That seems to be the case with a lot of mob movies, though. I don't think I'm a mob guy.
Yeah, you
I'm not a
don't
big
even
fan.
know the difference between hitman and serial killers are.
I mean, to be fair, all Italians look the same, so.
Get fucked time.
I just like how flabbergasted you were for a minute. They were like, "Oh wait, it's Rangi." He's just saying that to get my goat.
Sometimes I just gotta like. It's just sometimes, right? I forget who you are for moments at a time. And I'm like, yes, you're a tart.
Oh, Shutter Island, I really liked though.
I really like Shutter Island.
Yeah, Shutter Island is good.
I need to see some of his other films. Actually, I think I've seen The Departed. No, I haven't. I think it was So I've seen Taxi Driver. I've seen King of Comedy. I've seen The Irishman. I remember liking The Irishman.
Irishman is good, yeah. King of Comedy is one of my favorites by him. Raging Bull.
Didn't he do
I
Taxi
saw
Driver
Shutter
too?
Island, which I really liked, and I saw Wolf of Wall Street, which I really didn't.
Taxi Driver is amazing.
Taxi Driver is okay. It wasn't for me. It's another one of those ones I just feel like it wasn't for me.
Need to find Rangi and set him on fire.
Do it.
But yes, yeah, so I guess we can reveal what we're doing next. Next up, we're going to do Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which I'm sure Art is just over the moon about having the review.
Yay!
Wait, and I assume we're doing that next month, right, Iron?
No,
we're doing it
Monday. Well, it's still relevant. The film has already made $1 billion, though, so I doubt this film's losing its relevancy anytime soon.
Oh, jeez, no, that's good. The box office is going to be kind of interesting to talk about with this film. Actually,
it's the second highest opening weekend of any film ever, not adjusted for inflation.
Well, yeah, that like $1 billion in opening week. Jesus.
Well, to be fair, it did $983 million, which is basically $1 billion.
Yeah, okay, basically.
Yeah.
Gonna drop by 99% and make $50 next week.
Yeah. No. This film will. I wonder what will rank all time because it's definitely gonna hit 2 billion. Um.
8. I don't fucking know.
So let's see what the
23rd.
let's see what the highest grossing films are not adjusted for inflation. Because when you adjust for inflation, it's Gone with the Wind, and number 2 isn't even close. Um.
Because Gone with the Wind was forward.
What?
It's because Gone with the Wind was forward.
Forwalled?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What they used to do with movies back in the day, they would travel them around the country. Like nowadays, they release movies on like 4,000 screens. Back then, they'd release it on 2 screens and then they'd just move the print slowly around the country. So it played for like fucking 10 years or something.
Okay. Makes sense. So Avatar is number 1 of 2.92 billion. Endgame's number 2 of 2.79 billion. The Way of Water is number 3 of 2.33 billion. Number 4 is Nose 2, that like Chinese animated film with 2.27 billion. I don't even know anyone who saw that, but number 5 is Titanic with 2.26 billion. 6 is The Force Awakens with 2.07 billion. 7 is Infinity War of 2.08 billion. 8 is No Way Home with 1.92 billion. So we'll see on the next. The 9 is Zootopia 2. Wow, that did that well, 1.86 billion, and then 10 is Inside Out 2, 1.69 billion. So I think it will pass Inside Out 2 and Zootopia 2. I wonder if it'll pass No Way Home.
I've never seen anyone talk about Zootopia 2.
Me either, but it did 1.86 billion.
Well, again, you never see anyone talk about the fucking Avatar movies.
Yeah, no, I literally made a video on that because it's like fucking like huge box office draws with no cultural footprint. The
Yeah, it's
combination
fascinating.
it is really the combination of the 3 Avatar films. If you add up all their budget box offices, it's like
7 billion?
it's like 6.5 billion, and it's like damn. So it's like you're averaging like 2 billion a film, and a little over 2 billion a film, and like no one fucking can even tell you who the protagonist's name is. Like I guarantee you put a gun to someone's head and tell me who the
Oh, I know.
protagonist of Avatar is. Yeah,
I know. Jake Sully.
it is Jake Sully, but like most
And
people
I
don't
haven't
know
seen.
that.
I don't think I've seen. I might have seen the first one once, but I'm not sure. I can't
Jake
remember.
Sully. Can you tell me any other characters in that film?
No.
There's Quaritch and Natiri. And that's it. That's all I got for you. I can name 3 characters.
Yeah, it's really fascinating because if you like other movies that are super successful, they like get referenced on TV shows
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Avatar never gets referenced ever.
Yeah. They do have a really good ride at Disney though. Like the Avatar ride at Disney is actually like really good. But like that
I can think of one TV show that has an Avatar reference.
South Park.
I can think of 2 TV shows that have an Avatar reference.
The South
The
Park.
other one's Robot Chicken.
Okay. Do you know what the South Park one was, Art? Oh, Rangi, I gotta bring that back. I gotta reference South Park every episode. I haven't been doing a good job with that. But then again, that was the old podcast shtick. I don't need to do it for this one, but I might bring it back because I enjoyed it. But in South Park, Cartman goes and see Dances with Smurfs. He's like, that movie sucked.
Based.
Yeah, and then he has nightmares about it.
On Robot Chicken, they do like Avatar the musical.
Okay.
And then they're like, and it's got the song Blue Rabbits. Blue Rabbits? No, Blue Rabbits fucking, something like that. But at one point, it just goes, then let's cut to a word from James Cameron. It's just this big sea of money. He jumps out of it like a seal and goes back in.
Well, that's the weird thing about James Cameron. Like, the dude just knows how to make money. Like, his films are just so, like they don't seem to generate any excitement, but, like, they just fucking make money.
Well, that's true. The Avatar movies. He used to make good movies. Remember that?
Yeah, but I mean, Titanic, I think, was, like, kind of overblown, too. Like,
yeah, he hasn't made a good movie since 1993.
What was
94? When did True Lies come out? 94, I think. True Lies came out.
Cameron. I'm trying to remember.
But yeah, no, he did the Alien and Terminator franchises, which are obviously really good.
Well, he did one Alien movie.
which is most people would say is the best one.
That's because it is the best one.
I think you can make an argument for the first one.
You could, but you'd be wrong.
I think the first one's a better horror film. I think the second one's a better film. The first one's scarier. It absolutely is.
It's not scary.
No, it's not scary, but it's scarier than Aliens. Aliens is.
I mean,
a
no,
little
horror
scary.
movies are scary.
But like,
You know what's really funny about when I go and like look at his IMDb? Actually, like outside of the a lot of what I'm seeing is like Terminator, Dark Fate, then Terminator 2 remake with Joseph Back to the. I don't even know what that is. But there's like Big Head Terminator 2, Judge. Like he's just getting credit for a bunch of like Terminators and alien shit.
he's the producers on all of them.
Yeah.
As a director, he made.
Well, no, this is me looking at his writing credits. And by the way, his writing credits do not give me confidence with him.
He co-wrote Rambo 2.
I mean, I guess he wrote a lot of Sarah Connor Chronicles, which I know some people really like.
Did he write that, or is he just credited as the character's author?
31 episodes. I don't know if
Yeah, that's probably as a character's author.
Oh, based on characters created by. Okay. So that just doesn't count. Okay.
As a director, he made Piranha 2, Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, Terminator 2, True Lies, Titanic, and then the Avatar movies.
Yeah.
Little credit for knowing that off by heart.
No.
Sorry, I'm too busy watching a
Tough
GIF
crowd.
of Spider-Man save Messi.
Well, I just listed off James Cameron's entire directorial canon off by heart.
Save who?
Lionel
Wait,
Messi.
who is he saving that's Messi?
All right, we're gonna end the stream here, folks. It's good job, Art, on your accomplishment, and fuck you, Rangi. But yes, Rangi, would you like to plug your channel? Because Art.
Yeah,
Art,
I'm Rangi. I usually do play video game playthroughs. I'm also going to be. I have upcoming work. Me and friend of the channel, Dake. Friend of the stream, Dake, are going to be doing Lanterns when it comes out. We're going to be trying to keep those episodes within the week if we can. So every week an episode comes out, we're going to try and do a stream on it.
Good luck surviving the show.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not confident about it. But other than that, I normally do occasional anime stuff, and then mostly it's gameplay stuff. But lately, I've just been on other people's shows.
And
I died.
No, I'm just yelling at Burger for being retarded.
Oh, why are you yelling at him for emulating you?
Oh shit!
Got him. I need a new bit. Because we can't do the Hakuna Matata motherfuckers anymore because I ruined it.
You did ruin it.
It's all your fault.
Basically, you were saying we need an outro.
What should the outro be?
I don't know. I like this where we just sort of drift into an awkward silence.
Yeah, that would be funny. Until we think of something else, we might as well.
Nah, we can't give up that easily.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, it costs us nothing to give up that easily.
All right.